Hey, what's going on, guys? Zach here with Triple Take Podcast. Thanks for joining us again. Today, we're talking about some newsworthy mentions with Revenge of the Sith re-release, The Accountant 2. We'll pop into a couple trailers. So this week we got Predator Badlands. We got 28 Years Later, and we also got I Know What You Did Last Summer, which is pretty cool. This week's movie of the week is Captain America and the Winter Soldier. We'll go into a nice little discussion topic with Disney, and then we'll kind of wrap up with what you've been watching. So stick around, check it out. Thanks. Never do that again.
That was disgusting.
Never do
I
that.
hated that.
Okay.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Triple Take. I am your host, as always, Jacob, and with me is this week, I can't believe he actually made it, Lance Bussey. Thank you.
I like to refer to myself as the talent. I show up when it's convenient.
Also with us, as always, is Zach. Hello, how are you?
I'm good. I'm smushed in the corner, but I'm happy to be here with Lance.
Happy to be here with you as well, Zach.
You gotta...
Last week we talked about how I don't mind sitting next to you. I prefer it. However, I would like 12 more inches on this side.
Oh, yeah, we were ripping on you.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, sorry, I'm fat.
We got a couple
fat and funny.
No,
That's okay.
I prefer the term man of size.
Okay, fair enough.
Logistically, that was just that's really the only issue.
Yeah.
Well, you got that road next to you.
Yeah.
That puppy works about half the time, but
yeah,
hey,
it's 50%.
Anyways, if we get more subs, we could actually afford a new one.
This is true.
Guys,
subscribe.
Please help us out.
Anyway, so I watched Revenge of the Sith in theaters this week. I bailed on Zach last minute. We were supposed to see it together. It came out and did phenomenally at the box office this week. Made $25.2 million on 2,775 screens, and widely considered the largest screen count for any re-release to date.
I went and saw it on Thursday. I enjoyed every second of it. However, I will say the audio was terrible. The treble was way too high. But other than that, it just felt like I was a kid again. I really enjoyed it. And also I thought it was kind of funny because it felt like it really destroyed Snow White. So yeah.
I gotta be honest. It's fine. But to me, it's the 7th best Star Wars film. So
started out with the bad takes. Here we go.
I texted you guys this, and I'm genuine. I think that it to me is the 7th best Star Wars film. It's the best of the prequels for sure. We have the 3 originals, all better than. I think we can all agree on that. Rogue One, I think we probably all agree on that one as well.
I actually think Return of the Jedi is not incredible.
I do, aside from Luke getting mega powerful, I'm also not a huge fan. Extremely do not like the Ewoks.
Yeah, good movie. I just didn't enjoy it, and I also don't think that it goes in front of Revenge of the Sith for me.
You see, for me, I love the Ewoks, so I separated this,
Shocking.
But I actually think that the first Ewok movie, Battle of Endor, comes pretty close to being as good as
You're talking
the
holiday special.
It's not a holiday special. It's a offshoot, but
the animated thing. Or are you talking about the TV movie?
The TV movie.
Oh my gosh!
But
pardon me while I.
Anyways, I didn't count that one. I'm not counting that. So you have Rogue One, the 3 originals, Solo.
Okay, yeah, I do like Solo. I disagree with you.
And The Last Jedi. As on its own, The Last Jedi is a great film. Smushed between these other 2 films, clearly it doesn't work. But if you watch it for what it is, on its own, The Last Jedi is a good film.
What number is The Last Jedi?
8.
Okay.
It's after The Force Awakens.
I got it. Yeah, I don't even. I watched them all twice, and I thought they were all horseshit.
Big thumbs down.
Watch.
Yeah.
Just go. Here's my challenge for you. Mm-hmm. Don't watch the 7th. Don't watch the 9th.
I was gonna say Force Awakens is just a reskin of A New Hope.
Go back and watch the 8th one.
Mm-hmm.
Just the 8th one, and tell me what you think. And I think we'll start to see eye to eye.
You see, I would agree with you. I think it's a good movie up until Canto Bight. I can't stand that crap. That's the casino planet and all that's dumb. All the dumb, were those llamas or giraffes or whatever the heck? Stupid.
I mean, I guess we'll just agree to disagree. I
also do not love the fact that they're anyone can have the Force, which is fine, but then
yeah, these kids are strong enough in the Force to move objects, but not strong enough to release themselves from child
labor. Yeah,
child labor.
Yeah, that's
Well, they don't know. They don't. The whole thing was they didn't know how to harness it, which is what I'm assuming Rey's movie is actually gonna be about.
Is that
because that's what they kind of hinted.
she's just gonna go across the
She's going
gap.
to have her own movie now?
Yeah. Well, she's one of the starring. I don't know if it's her movie, but she's
I
starring
think it's
in it.
supposed to, I thought she was supposed to get her own trilogy.
Another
They've been
one?
tossing around Rey trilogy online all like a lot.
Okay. That's
Well,
possible.
Anyways,
Revenge of the Sith.
care about that.
Tell us, you had a baby.
Star
You had a baby in your. You didn't have a baby. There was a child present.
Yeah. So we're like 5 minutes out from the movie starting. We're all sitting there, ready to go, and then a group of people walk in, and one of them is holding what appears to be like maybe a 1-year-old, and everyone collectively in the theater just, you could feel the mood shift. I will say though,
Was
that
on an
baby
airplane.
didn't make one fucking noise that I could hear the entire time.
It
Star
should be
Wars fan.
illegal.
Let me say this for you guys out there: if you bring a baby to the movie theater, fuck you. All right.
Once
Well, if it's quiet, I mean,
Nope. Don't bring your children to the movie theater. It's okay. Not only is it bad for the people around you, it's also bad for the fucking baby in its ears.
Oh my
It is
gosh, yeah.
way too loud.
Yeah, aside from ruining my own theater experience, that cannot be good for the ear health
okay.
of that
That
child.
question though. Do you? So if it's quiet, right, and it's
Mhm.
deaf, do we?
Okay, I
Change.
think we're throwing an awful lot of things around. Here's what we do. You're a bad parent if you bring a child to the movies. How about we just do that?
You're like building your own kids. Like build a.
How about we just do that? Get a sitter. I don't know.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Sorry, you
Ask
chose
the
to have
grandparents.
you chose to have kids. Deal with them now. Get a sitter or ask the grandparents. Don't bring them to my movie and ruin my experience.
No, it's everyone's problem now.
It's about me. Everything's about me in there.
I watched it. So I went with my fiance. She coaches travel volleyball, like a summer league thing, and so we went to Grand Rapids and went to a tournament.
Oh, it should be mentioned. I'm so sorry to cut you off, but you did bail on me literally on like 4 hours before this was supposed to happen.
You're gonna have to you're gonna grow to understand that is Jacob, right? He will commit to things once a month, maybe more than that, and then just
And then use melee as
4
an
minutes, 4 minutes before you're walking out the door.
Okay, all right. I think my podcast attendance versus yours would.
I have made it clear that I will not be here consistently until June.
Anyway, so I went to the volleyball tournament with her, and instead of going and watching a bunch of middle school girls play volleyball, I went literally across the street. Like the same intersection as the school that they're playing at was a movie theater. So I went right across there. I watched Revenge of the Sith, I watched Accountant 2, and I watched the Minecraft movie. Not in that order.
Just a nice little afternoon for you.
It was so nice.
Just a lovely afternoon. How much did you spend at the concession stand?
Not much. 25 maybe?
25?
Yeah, which I think that equates to like one Pepsi. So, yeah.
Admittedly, we brought a purse full of snacks in.
Oh, I should have did. I should have done that. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was like a little outlet mall next to it, and definitely had that opportunity. But yeah, honestly, I think probably one of 5 in every single movie. It was dead. Nobody.
Well, you're in the middle.
The first movie was at 10:30. The second movie was at, I want to say 2,
mhm.
and then I watched the last one at like 5.
So you caught some matinees.
Yeah, I did. Yes, I did.
That's when
But it was a good time. Comfy seats.
all the elderly are out there.
Yes, there was a couple elderly people who I thought was gonna talk the whole time, but they didn't. They were really nice.
That's nice of them.
Great movie etiquette. What I didn't see, which I thought about seeing again, I should have, and would have contributed to the only 6% drop from last weekend's box office, Sinners. It brought in a whopping $45 million in its second weekend. That's crazy.
This movie has gotten a lot of praise from a lot of people.
I saw it. You saw it.
Yes, I saw it.
I thought visually very beautiful, phenomenal.
I'm gonna have to go see this.
It was a good movie.
I don't want to spoil anything for you because there's some twists and turns and
Admittedly, I'll probably wait till streaming, but
It's actually not a vampire movie.
oh, it's
I don't
not?
know what you've heard, but it's actually not.
Really? Is it full blown horror? For those watching, I'm a
they're
big old
dwarves.
weenie.
It's the 7 dwarfs from Snow White
Oh,
and
Yeah, I'm saving all the twists for you, so it's not a
Okay.
vampire movie.
All right. Well, let's save the 20 questions for later.
it's just it's about a bunch of people that have sex before marriage.
Okay. All right. Well,
Yeah, so 6%, that's pretty insane. It's going on a generational run. Apparently, it's the highest grossing original film in its opening 2 weeks in this decade. I believe that is 2020 to date.
That face you just made, I wish we could make that the cover art
Oh, okay.
for this particular podcast.
It really chose an interesting one last week.
It sure
It
did.
was like,
I think that after you hit so many subs, you get to pick like what the thumbnail is.
I get
Or
to
you
pick
can-
every week. I just don't.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just let it choose.
Oh, shit.
It's us sitting at desks.
I thought it's
and I don't wanna
I thought
waste
it's
time.
behind some kind of like a gate
paywall?
or whatever. Yeah.
No.
Well, then we need to like Photoshop like a good,
Yeah, I know. I just haven't been doing that. It's just so much other work. I was just like that. Once we get big, I'll
Totally.
worry about it.
Let's have AI do it.
You do it.
Okay, I'll do something.
Another movie that I watched, Accountant 2. We're really just getting into what I've watched this week, but it just happened to be a lot of stuff in theaters. So, yeah, Accountant 2 with Benny Boy and John Bernthal.
Oh shit! Did Revenge of the Sith beat it?
Yeah, barely, but yes,
That's crazy.
pretty insane.
That's awesome though.
I bet they were really shaking their head whenever. So it's rated. Actually, I'm not sure if it's rated R.
It's rated
I believe is it okay?
Yeah.
That definitely plays into it. If I think it was PG-13, you probably had to have a much better. I mean, the only thing that
Just
Does that
It's
actually
not-
stop anybody from seeing the movie though? Really?
yeah, we had.
I would
kids-
say probably taking your kids to see it.
here's the problem.
I'm
right?
thinking like my middle schooler or something. Probably not going.
It was a movie that didn't do great the first time. It was fine as a movie. It
Well,
didn't do great, and then it's 9 years later, and they expect a sequel to do better. Like
Yeah,
it's just not gonna happen.
I think if they were like 3 or 4 years after, it would probably have done better. But I mean, you got COVID in between there.
I guess it has been 9 years. That's a long time.
Yeah, when he first, because we just recently watched The Accountant, and when he shows up on screen, Chris is his name,
Mhm.
Benny Boy, Ben Affleck.
Benny
He is visibly 10 years older. He just looks.
Does it play 10 years older in the movie?
Yeah, they mentioned that. So like, Accountant 2 leaves off like him and his brother are like reunited. Braxton, John Bernthal's character, and
The
like,
whitest guy name of all time.
he actually just pisses off and then doesn't meet back up with him. He says he's going to meet back up with him and find him. And then it cuts to this, and Braxton's pissed about it because it's been 8 years and he can't find him.
Oh, well, he got off the grid.
So, yeah.
Benny Boy hates grids.
I won't give anything else away. That's not really much of a spoiler, but they team up. They go fight some child traffickers and solve a couple mysteries. And there was some kind of weird amnesia stuff going on with another character. I thought it was fine.
Was
Some
it
of
Old Man Jenkins?
We don't see what's her name, right? She doesn't appear.
No, she doesn't. Anna Kendrick does not make an appearance.
Nobody's
They
upset.
don't really, and they also don't mention her, which is kind of odd.
I'm upset.
I'm
I'm
like-
saying nobody's upset. I'm upset.
I'm wondering if they offered it to her and she said no.
It makes sense.
Probably.
No, did you listen to last week's podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That face says
100.
the mouth.
Okay.
His
All right.
his voice says yes. His
So
face says no.
my point to the Anna Kendrick thing is that like I love Anna Kendrick. I think she's pretty much phenomenal in everything that she does.
Yes, she's
Pitch
good.
Perfect, classic movie. But hear me out. She was the wrong choice for like the love interest in this.
Oh, why is that?
I
How
just
do you feel?
I just didn't. I think her character she plays like slightly quirky and kind of comedic, and I think it was more serious than that. And I just didn't think she played it very well.
Yeah, but to me, like, I don't know.
Like she's aggressively fine.
Okay.
I just think that they could have done something better with a no-name actress.
Okay. I will.
Well, see, they kind of
Fair enough.
remedied that in a way. They didn't make another love interest, but they added a new character, and she is just it's not that good. I don't think. It was a fun movie. I don't think it was a good movie. I would say I'd probably give it like a 75, just because I had a good time watching it. But if I really would look at it like critically, I don't think it's that good.
Okay.
Also, the whole thing is a massive ad for Hoka shoes.
Oh, really?
It's like, oh, he's this accountant and he wears khakis and a
Hoka
collared
shoes.
shirt and then also Hokas. Just an interesting
Well, anyways,
tidbit.
we're a Three Stripe Life type of podcast, so
Tony Gilroy also had some stuff to say about Darth Vader this week. He was asked in a Rolling Stone interview about bringing back Vader / Anakin character in Andor 2. And his answer to that was no, that was never on my agenda. Writing for Darth Vader is really limiting. I've done it. He doesn't have a lot to say. He was too big a piece of meat for me to introduce. It was too heavy a lift. I thought about it at one point, but it was too heavy a lift.
To me, this isn't even news. Like, yeah, Darth Vader's hard. It fuzzes up. It fuzzes up timelines because there's no mention of him ever meeting Vader in the movie. You know, it just muddles things. We don't need to see it.
Well, I don't even think that it would be Cassian interacting with him. I just think it'd be cool if he was like commenting on some of the stuff. I mean, we've watched the first 3 episodes. Have you seen the first 3 episodes?
I have not yet.
Okay, so
Saving it from a 85-inch TV.
Gotcha.
May 10th.
Well, no. Wait, was it in Rogue One we saw Vader choke Krennic? That was in Rogue One, yeah? It wasn't in Andor season 1?
No.
I just watched this movie, so I'm starting to
blend it together, yeah.
For the first time in a while, I think I might agree with you.
Yeah.
I don't think Vader is necessary in Andor. I think it'd be
good.
I think it almost would. I think it'd be hard to like intertwine those two stories, and also the little bit of Vader we do get to see in Rogue One, that very last 15-20 seconds was, man, seeing that in theaters was incredible. I think it almost takes away if you like show him doing anything else.
Yeah, no, I agree. It scratches the itch just that little bit, and
yeah.
So yeah,
I think you might be able to almost pull off like just hearing his like the breathing or something maybe, but yeah, that.
I mean, we've seen what kind of an over like the shadow of his presence has in Kenobi.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that played that well at times for sure. Like the stuff with Reva and like, I mean.
To be fair, Kenobi was a poorly written
Holy
TV show.
cow, that's actually making its rounds this week again on Twitter and Reddit.
It's
just not a good show.
I mean, I think that what they did was they went the new trilogy route, which is like try to get as much like fan play
A lot of
in
fan
there
service, yeah.
as possible, but like it doesn't follow its own rules. Reva is like, I like her as an actress, but she's a terribly written character.
I'm tired of people getting stabbed and not dying.
I know. They've taken away all the stakes, but it's. I love seeing Obi-Wan back on screen. I like seeing Darth Vader back on screen, but like, man, they just did not do a good job with that TV show.
They did a massive disservice to both characters, and yeah, I just wish we never got it.
Also, it starts, the very first episode is the trope that I hate the most, which is it's got little Princess Leia running away from like 3 adults that are just literally flee from the Red Hot Chili Peppers, can't catch this little fucking 9-year-old. And he's like, whoa, there's twigs in my way.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
It's really bad. I can't believe that like made it through production and people were like, that's fine. Hey, at least it wasn't Boba Fett speeder bikes.
I mean, at that point, get that fucking lady with the violin in there and have her play the violin at some point, right? Isn't that the one?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Anyways, continue. It'll come back to me.
Yes. So, sticking with Star Wars news, we got a little. So it was teased. There's some information rumbling around. This is more of a rumor. That Ryan Gosling's Star Wars Starfighter will be a father and son rescue mission.
I have some hot goss on this.
Please do.
So apparently what's going wrong right now, and we don't know why this is happening, we just know that it's happening. But apparently they offered 3 or 4 different people the role of like the villain.
Yeah.
And everyone's turning them down. Now it's going to go to like, I think what's happening is like the mother is like the big bad, right, of the show. But even they aren't getting anybody cast as like the villain.
Yeah, I saw like Mikey Madison.
Yeah, Sarah Snoke turned it down. Succession.
Oh yeah, really? Okay.
Yeah, she turned it down. And so like, look, this could mean all kinds of different things. Whether it's they're doing the show on the cheap, number one, right? So like it could be no one wants to do it because it's going to be a huge time suck and you're not getting paid for it. It could be we're shooting on location and we don't want you to shoot anything else while you're filming this. There could be a lot of reasons why this is like happening, but it doesn't look very good.
Heck,
at least right now.
I mean, look at the Mahershala Ali stuff. Like,
yeah, it doesn't look good.
Like he was signed on for Blade, couldn't really do anything else. Now Blade's not happening.
But also, hear me out. We've known about this show for all of what, a week?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, they've had trouble finding somebody for a week.
I mean, it was announced a week ago. I don't know.
It's probably made
in production.
Somewhat.
Casting has been in play. I don't know.
I think more concerning for me is the fact, like, we are knowing all of this. Like, we are, this person's declined it. This person's declined it. Like, there's leaks in there that we shouldn't know about.
Probably.
You know what I mean? Like, there's something going on behind the scenes.
There's a leaky faucet somewhere that needs to be
So,
clapped up. You know what I mean?
I think they need to figure that out before.
I just think that most people would like jump at a chance to write or work with Ryan Gosling, right? I mean, he's
or be in a Star Wars film,
or being a Star Wars, but there's a bad connotation to Star Wars films right now where like they're not really doing very well, and so you're almost taking a really big chance to like. I mean, look at the lady who played Rey. Like, I can't.
Daisy Ridley.
She has gotten nothing else, and honestly,
she was in the detective show or the movie.
Okay. Well, anyways,
Murder on the Orient Express.
Yeah. Anyways, she's gotten nothing else because how poorly those movies went.
Yeah. I mean, she's not a bad actress. I would go as far to say she's a good actress, and it's just a bummer she's not getting any work.
I mean, it's kind of like, we both talked about how much we love Entourage last week, but it does depict a really like realistic way that Hollywood acts or works, which is like, look, you have a movie that is supposed to be incredible and absolutely fucking bombs. It's going to be hard for you to work.
You got to get your next movie before the bad movie comes out.
Exactly. Get something going. Ari Gold knew what the fuck was up.
That's right.
All right. Anyways, everything's Entourage, just like everything's The Matrix.
Yeah, people were. There's one dude specifically on TikTok that was pissed that you said everything was The Matrix.
Really?
He was like, Galactus and the Silver Surfer and the Celestials came out before.
Anyways, fuck you, guy.
Yeah, fuck you, man. Yeah. Unless you're listening to the pod, then thank you.
I don't care. Fuck you. Everything's The Matrix. I'll back it up. I don't care. Fight me on it.
Avengers Doomsday officially began filming today, I believe. Which has been announced like 3 times.
He's raising his hand.
Why is it happening a year before it's coming out? Aren't we supposed to be like pretty much wrapping filming at this point?
Yeah.
Like we're 368 days from this movie coming out, and we're just starting the filming. So I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist because I love Marvel, but I'm gonna do it. Okay, something strange is happening at Disney and Marvel, and I don't think it's good.
It's not the Doctor.
I saw that Doomsday is going to be a 2-part movie.
Oh, really?
Well, I think that's just Avengers Doomsday, and there was
there's a Doomsday Part 2, but before Secret Wars is what I saw online.
Oh, that's
where'd you see that?
Who told you?
Let me pull this up.
He's in
on Reddit.
You guys,
he's in Elms of Reddit.
The guy replied to me and said, "Kill yourself." Give me 1 second here.
So I think that you're overlooking the fact that a lot of this stuff has been planned already, and a lot of this stuff is in pre-production, and a majority of the movie is made on a computer.
No, I get that, but there's a lot of actors. There's
set leaks already, and like that's.
Oh, I know, but think about it like this, right? Robert Downey gets sick. We hope that doesn't happen, but he's out for 3 months, right? Suddenly you're rushing to get things done. Like, I don't know.
Honestly, I don't think it's
a lot. It seems like an Avengers movie, you would be like, to me, you'd be prepping start filming 3 years before, so you have time to make sure it's the perfect movie. Especially with so much writing on this, like, you screw it up, lights out on Marvel.
Agreed.
You know, so I just don't. I don't know. It's just strange. It's not necessarily bad, but I think it doesn't feel safe, if that makes sense.
I think you might be giving them too much credit on how much they actually plan in advance. Like, I think for at least a small part of it, they're just kind of being like, oh yeah, let's go Doomsday. Let's go do Doomsday. And then the Russo brothers come on and then they give them a half-baked plan, and then they kind of figure it out from there.
I was lied to by Instagram Reels. I don't think it's a 2-part movie. Okay. It'd be super cool if it was, though.
Because I was almost positive it was wrong because Secret Wars comes out the next year. So
that's what I thought too.
Here's my thought.
Maybe they're considering Doomsday or Secret Wars the second part of Doomsday.
What I saw was that like Doomsday comes out in like May, June, and then Doomsday 2 comes out like in December.
No,
part 2.
I don't think that's true.
Look, worst case scenario, I'm right. Worst case scenario.
Best case scenario, we get 2 Avengers movies in 6 months.
Sorry that I'm looking at this glass half full, but anyways, best case scenario, I'm right. Worst case scenario, whoopsie poopsies.
There you go. Fair enough.
I also think that they're not afraid to push stuff back. They do it pretty regularly.
Also, they can't.
I think they get a lot of backlash.
I mean, at this point, wouldn't there be like some kind of scheduling conflicts with like what's being filmed currently, though?
Oh, true. Yeah, that's going to F up everything.
Yeah. I mean,
I,
I know they're done with Thunderbolts for sure, but also didn't they like pretty much they were just doing reshoots for Fantastic Four, and all those characters are in Doomsday.
it just feels risky. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's risky to me that Avengers Doomsday, a movie that we're really relying on. We think Thunderbolts will do decently. It'll be a good movie. I still think Fantastic Four is going to be third time is not the charm, and it's going to bomb again, unfortunately. I hope not. I hope I'm wrong. But
Can Pedro Pascal do any wrong though?
they probably kill him. So, I mean,
Worst case scenario, he takes a 9-iron in the back of the head, but you know, it's fine.
Unfortunate.
I really think that so much actually more like, okay, so much rides on Doomsday, but even more like so much is riding on, I mean, Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four. And if these two next movies bomb, then I don't know if people will care as much about Doomsday.
it's an Avengers movie without Avengers, so they are relying on people to enjoy these characters.
Thunderbolts?
Doomsday
Oh,
is an
okay.
Avengers movie without our normal Avengers, so they better make dang sure that Thunderbolts people like the characters, and they better make dang sure Fantastic Four they like the characters, because these Fox characters that they're bringing in to die,
Maybe.
not gonna enjoy that.
Well, the difference though is that like Thunderbolts is such a like personality driven movie where like I think people are going because like Yelena has funny quips and the Winter Soldier is dry and kind of pissy about everything because he's
Takes his arm
107 years old.
But here's the problem with that, right? They don't have a lead. They don't have a star with them. They have a bunch of side characters they're throwing together. So,
I mean, isn't that
somebody
kind of the
better
point,
enjoy it.
though?
They are making Yelena out to be like the person though,
which is fine. If it works, it works.
I think she's going to carry that movie.
I'm excited to see it.
which is weird because I thought that Sebastian would be like the guy.
But I think they're probably pushing him
To the south.
out.
Yeah.
Like he's pretty.
He's been
there
around
for a
for a
long
while.
time.
He's old news.
But I'm
Cares.
naming my dog Bucky, so I hope he stays a while longer.
All right.
So
Thank you for that.
Super cool aside about your dog.
yep,
I'm excited to get
Australian
one.
Shepherd, tricolor, black, white, and red.
You know what's crazy? Your dog could star in a TV show called Things I Don't Care About.
That's not an original. Yeah, so excited for that. Cool that we finally have an official announcement from the Hat Man himself, Kevin Feige. Hopefully it's great. Hopefully it's phenomenal and keep getting cool movies. Do you guys ever see Sisu? I don't remember actually how it's pronounced. It's like that Finnish John Wick movie where this old guy gets, you know what I'm talking about? Well, anyway, we're getting a second one. It's called Sisu 2. It's coming out later this year. You guys should watch the first one. It's good.
I'm looking up the original. It's just called Sisu.
Sisu.
I like the
Yellow font.
yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
I don't like
watched
the
it.
actual picture.
It was good.
Cool.
He just he's like this guy walking on the side of the road, and then some soldiers, and I think it's like World War II time. Soldiers come along and mess with him, and he kills them all, and he goes on a huge killing spree, and protects himself, and like I think he's got a dog too.
Don't tiki him off; he'll get you.
Yep.
Okay.
But yeah, we're getting a second one of those, and it's a sequel to the 2022 cult World War II action thriller. They're going to add Richard Bake and Stephen Lang to the cast as well. It's set to hit theaters later this year.
Cool. All right.
We got some cool trailers this week. Predator Badlands. Synopsis here. A young predator outcast from his clan finds an unlikely ally on his journey in search of the ultimate adversary. I thought the trailer was freaking cool.
I am so pumped for this movie because I texted the group this. So this predator has a broken tusk, which would mean that it's possible that we get Deshande from the comic books into the actual into the movies. We get to see something. Deshande is pretty cool. Essentially, he leads a group of young unblooded predators to fight their first xenomorphs. If we get more lore in these movies, I'm here for it.
You're not gonna like me on this.
Shocker.
Here's the thing, okay? It's really easy to make a Predator trailer look cool, right? We've seen it's really hard to make a Predator movie very good. So yeah, the trailer looks awesome. If we wait, the movie's good.
Can you name one Predator movie that didn't accomplish what it set out to?
Predator versus Aliens. Predator.
I say that I don't think that's a good
I see
measuring tool.
I've enjoyed all of them so far, but it's because it's not that they're good movies; they're fun movies.
I'd say most movies set out to do something and they accomplish it, whether it's good or bad. Though,
no, you missed my point. Which is like, look, is it meant to be like a character-driven novella about trials and tribulations? No, it's about like aliens fucking fighting each other.
I get it, but we've seen with the last like 3-4 Alien movies, right? We get a little bit of the lore, we get some story, we get some character development. Predator movies have not done that very well. There's been certain ones here or there that have been okay. Like Prey is pretty good.
This one is definitely
the first Predator is okay, but
if we get Deshande in this movie, then that means we're getting more and more into the lore. But I agree with you that like, yeah, we haven't gotten a shitload of lore in the movies, but they've all been fun. I've enjoyed all of them. I mean, I've watched all of them multiple times.
I personally love Prey. A shame that it only came out on Hulu. It didn't have a theatrical release, I don't believe. And I think that more people should watch that. And I believe this is a sequel to that one. It is a little confusing timeline-wise. Are we connected to the old Predator stuff? Is it the same universe? I believe it is. I think they're just continuing.
Who cares?
Agreed. But there was some stuff in this trailer, though, that ties heavily into the Alien franchise and actually Independence Day.
Yeah. So it's like linking it all together. So you have an Independence Day alien skull. You've got a xenomorph skull. You've got T-Rex skull. You've got a whole bunch of,
I think also the skull of the dude from Independence Day.
Oh, possibly. Yeah.
Bill, whatever the hell his name is.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I thought I'm pumped for the trailer or pumped for the movie.
Give me District 9 in there or who cares?
Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. Yeah. I forget what those things are.
Give me District 9.
What are they called? What are the aliens? District 9 aliens? I don't remember. They're like, don't they call them like a slur or something?
How
they become like a slur.
How much do you think they had to pay for like the rights to use the skull for Independence Day? For instance,
I wonder if they're
feeding.
I wonder. To me, they're hinting towards.
We're
putting them all
getting
all three of them.
Oh, 100%. They're laying.
Give me a mixture of Alien.
If we get Fede Alvarez,
if we get Fede
Alvarez, have you seen any of the more recent Alien stuff? Have you seen Alien Romulus?
Yeah, I saw Romulus.
Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah, it was
phenomenal.
Good. No, you're right. With the Alien movies, we at least get a lot of like backstory and lore in each one of them, and that's always fun to explore. But with these movies, it's just fun to see a big brutish fucking alien go and walk some stuff's head off.
I will say though, especially I'm pumped for this movie. The design of the Predator is probably my least favorite that I've seen so far.
Well, he's a young Predator.
He does look a little prepubescent.
Yeah, this is his first hunt apparently, and then he goes the
so it's
Predator
like a proving ground kind of deal thing for him, right?
The Predator that he goes up against, like the guy with the swords,
with the white dreads.
Yeah, then that's who he's fighting.
Mandibles or whatever they're called.
Yeah. So this is a young Predator. You got to get that through your head where like this isn't a blooded tribal leader or anything. These aren't like skilled combatants. This is a
coming of age story.
Young guy. Yeah, no, it is. It's pretty cool.
This is Ferris Bueller's Day Off, but with more killing.
Also, just to wet your whistle a little bit, there was a comic series with Predator in the Marvel Universe where Predator kills the Avengers.
If that happens, I'm out. I'm out. I mean, if that happens, Marvel is done for.
Doomsday end scene.
Doomsday. It's just you just see like a Predator go into Invis the very last second. But yeah, there's one comic where Predator kills the Avengers.
If that ever happhave
Doom shows up. I think last frame of the movie is Doom with the 3 dots on his head.
I think this. I have to pull this up, but I think that the front of the comic is like him standing on a mound of Avengers, basically holding Tony Stark's head.
It sounds vaguely correct.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm pretty amped for that. We'll see that, unfortunately, in November 7th, so it's not anytime soon.
Unfortunately, indeed, we will be seeing it.
Yeah, you're just a hater. 28 years later, a new trailer. We just watched it not too long ago. Oh, yes. He is standing on a pile of Avengers.
Yeah. Super cool.
So it's been almost 3 decades since the Rage virus escaped a biological weapons laboratory, and now, still in a ruthlessly enforced quarantine, some have found ways to exist amidst the infected. One such group of survivors lives on a small island connected to the mainland by a single, heavily defended causeway. When one of the group leaves the island on a mission into the dark heart of the mainland, he discovers secrets, wonders, and horrors that have mutated not only the infected, but other survivors as well.
I haven't seen either of the first 2 movies.
Neither have I.
But I'm going to go back and watch these because these trailers have been sick. Boots. I mean, it is just, it's chilling.
Wait,
No,
it's
they
like,
say more than
you guys haven't?
Yeah.
You guys haven't
That's
watched
the point.
either movie?
No.
I haven't watched either of them, but I'm definitely going to go back, watch them. And it's also encouraging. They're planning on a trilogy.
I was going
right?
to say, they went
This is the third
28 days later, 28
weeks.
months
No.
or weeks.
Yeah, it was days, weeks, and now years.
And but they're making 3 of the years movies.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Bone Temple, I think, is what the second one's called, something like that. So
I
don't know, it's exciting.
Yeah, that one's in production right now, I believe.
Yeah, I think they're just rolling them back, so they're pretty confident.
In high school, I watched 28 Days Later at a friend's house.
Wasn't it like 40 minutes long?
No, it was a regular.
Oh, I thought I heard that it was quite short.
It was a short movie, but it was a regular, hour and a half or whatever, I think.
That's an episode of TV.
I watched that. It was quite scary with Cillian Murphy in it. I watched 28.
Oh yeah, it's an hour 53.
I watched 28 Days Later because it was either that or Shrek 2 that were that weekend, and we went to the movies, and I said, I heard Shrek 2 is looking real good. And then we went and saw this anyways, and I watched it through my fingers because I'm a big old weenie.
You'll be attending with us when we go watch opening weekend.
I really don't want to watch this movie. I got to be honest. I have seen the trailer. I'm just so scared of zombies, guys. I'm such a puss when it comes to this.
Would you say that's like your most?
Yeah, that's my number one.
Most feared.
My number one fear is that like zombies are going to become a real thing, and we're all going to be infected.
But
here's
the cast for both of the previous 2 films is actually quite good.
Yeah, no, they've killed
impressed.
it with the cast. But here's my thing: in 28 days, the whole point. 28 weeks. Rephrase.
Start over.
28 days. Outbreak happens, okay? And then 28 weeks later is 28 weeks after the initial outbreak. So 28 days is 28 days after the outbreak. 28 weeks is 28 weeks after the initial outbreak. Now we're 28 years after the initial outbreak. The whole point of 28 weeks later, and it re-kicks off, is that they said in the movie that like zombies are they just stop. There's no food left for them, so they just die, right? So you have cities that got set back up where like it's quarantine zones, everything's fine, everyone's living happily, peacefully ever after, and they're slowly making their way back into like cities to check them out. And then what happens is you run into the mom from the original movie, and it turns out that she was a carrier but could not be turned. So
she's Ellie.
So yeah, she was Ellie, right? And so the dad who left her ass to be eaten by zombies, he kisses her after he sees her for the first time, and then the whole thing kicks right back off again. But he's like an elevated, since he got turned by her, he's like an elevated aware zombie. So like he can control the other zombies, and he knows what he's doing. I think you see him in the scene of like the military guys in the tunnel. I think that's anyways, he fucks some people up in the second movie, and it's horrifying. Like he literally squeezes a guy's fucking head like in half. It's gruesome. Anyways, my heartbeat was beating so hard in 28 weeks later. I thought I was going to pass out.
I feel you getting worked up again. Like your heart.
Yeah.
Like way to kiss in his pants, dude.
I was big scared. I remember like so vividly of this experience because I'm sitting in a theater with like a bunch of my buddies, and my one friend covers his eyes and looks over at me and goes, "This is horrifying." And I was like, I know, I can't talk right now.
I'm excited to see like an actual scary zombie film. Like I don't think I've seen like any zombies that have actually made me like
World War
oh
Z.
crap, this is kind of scary.
Yeah.
But that's more jump scares.
That's what I was gonna say. It really wasn't that like horrifying. It was just like, oh, there's a zombie.
Well,
he's killing somebody.
So the night of the movie, us, a bunch of 15-year-old boys went to Carmike Theater here in town.
Young boys.
It was like the last movie of the night, so it's after midnight when this whole thing gets out, right? And so we walk over. None of us can drive. We're waiting on one of the guys' moms to pick us up. So we walk over to the gas station. As we're walking and like get to the gas station, all the lights turn off for the gas station. And we were like, oh, this is how we all die. Obviously, we're all going to perish here. Anyways, long story short, Mom picks us up. I get home. It started storming really bad outside, and then the power goes out, and I was like, okay, this is how I die for sure. And then I'm not kidding you, I slid my dresser in front of my door because I was like, I am for sure dying.
That's going to keep
tonight.
Yeah, the dresser.
Hey, you do what you got to do.
You got to come with us. You've got
to be an experience. Yeah, we'll drag him there. We'll tell him we're going to see a different movie.
It's one of those things where it's like, I know in my head that it can't happen, but it's like such a visceral fear that I can't. So
I watched...
I might pass out. I don't know. I'm older now. I might die in this movie, guys.
For two things. One, it was called The Rave back then, which, by the way...
Oh, yeah.
Sick name.
Rave.
Bring us back The Rave. I just remember that was the coolest thing about that theater then was the blue lights on the floor.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, that was like the only thing going on.
Yeah. That was arguably the nicest theater in town until we got an IMAX.
Yeah, but
also
it's the same
had
place.
The shortest run of any of the theaters. Like, it was only open for like less than 10 years, I think.
Oh,
Rave was there like... Oh, are you talking about the DuPont?
Oh, I'm talking about Carmike. Yeah, up on DuPont.
That turned into AMC?
That turned into AMC. Gotcha. It was originally Carmike. And
I
now
thought you were talking Jefferson Point.
Oh, no. Sorry. Jefferson Point, that's where IMAX went, the Rave. That was the original The Rave, right?
Yeah.
And now it's just an AMC IMAX.
Well, it went Rave, Carmike, AMC.
It was only Carmike for a little bit because AMC bought out Carmike.
Yeah, because that's when we had Movie Pass.
Yeah.
It's funny when we got stubs.
Because on the side of the building, it had these like RGB tubes that like RAVE where like the letters fit in. And then when Carmike bought them, it was like Carmike. It didn't make any sense. And then AMC bought it, and now it's just I think they just have IMAX.
That one is that I think that DuPont one is failing, is it not?
It's closed.
Yeah. Oh yeah, okay.
It's been closed for 10 years. They're trying to.
No,
it was like 3.
It was like
5 years. It's been a while.
It was pre-COVID, I think.
It's been a while.
Every once in a while, we'd see a movie there.
When the times didn't match.
Yeah, when we couldn't get it.
Well, I grew up around that area, so that was the one that I went to.
Oh,
I mean it was 5 minutes from my house.
Rich boy.
That's unfortunate.
Well, it's fine. But yeah, anyways, long story short, big old puss when it comes to zombie movies.
Yeah, I'm pretty amped for that. Pretty amped. So you're not gonna love the next one either. I mean, well, maybe you do though. You said earlier it's not really a horror. I'm gonna have to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting another addition to the I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yeah,
we were debating earlier if it was a remake or a reboot.
Well, here's the thing: you were debating. We told you what the answer was.
Okay, but like, explain it to me then, because we just saw characters that were from the other ones.
Only a couple of people die. They're older now. A new cast of characters in there.
So it's a
but
reboot.
People still die.
It's kind of like it's okay. So it's essentially the destination. What is it?
Final Destination?
Final Destination movies.
Okay.
Where like you get some of the original cast members that come back every once in a while. It's just a continuation of the story.
Okay. Well, until I watched it, I didn't know that they were going to show up. I thought you were saying. I don't know. I was confused, and now I'm not.
It's okay. You were just clueless.
I was clueless.
Now we clued you in.
The original cast was just, I mean, the whole it's just a typical like 90s, release of 97? It's a typical slasher like 90s film. So you get Jennifer Love Hewitt, Sarah Michelle Gellar, and I got to be honest, 7-year-old Zach, you get those two women on screen together, Zach's balls about exploded. I'll tell you what, I was 7 years old.
7? That's crazy.
There's a lot of sexual energy on the screen at one time. I'll tell you what. Anyways, but it's a typical like slasher film. And now you just get a continuation of the story. And then we get we get Jennifer Love Hewitt back, who looks fantastic.
And Freddie Prinze Jr.
And Freddie Prinze.
The best thing about this movie is that it encouraged the Scooby-Doo movies, right? Like, that's what we got from this is.
Well, yeah.
They worked well together on screen and give us Scooby-Doo.
So did they get married after Scooby-Doo or did they get married after this movie? I don't know.
I have no idea.
I don't really care that much, to be honest with
you. Me neither, but they're still together.
Good for them.
And Freddie Prinze Jr. Voices Kanan in the Rebels.
Holy shit. I forgot Johnny Galecki was in the original.
Was he really?
I Know What You Did Last. Yeah.
What the heck?
He played Max. I got to be honest with you, and you can clip this and send it to him. Johnny Galecki's a fucking douchebag in real life.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
He's on Entourage.
Yeah, fantastic on Big Bang Theory. Love his character on there, but in real life, giant piece of shit. Fuck you, Johnny Galecki.
What makes you say that?
He's just a fucking pretentious douche.
Okay.
Just a douche.
Anytime he plays himself, that's how he plays.
Met him or like?
No, he's just a douchebag.
I would love to find out that he is not actually a douche, but let people know.
I gotta be honest. I followed him on Instagram for 3 months, and it was just like open button-down shirts, him playing guitar and talking about just a bunch of nonsense. He's just a fucking douchebag.
Okay.
Just a douchebag.
I don't think you're a douchebag.
Your band
Johnny.
sucks, Johnny.
I don't.
Oh, he's in a band. Okay.
Yeah.
I like you, Johnny Galecki.
Your band
so if
fucking
you ever
sucks.
hear this, I support you.
Yeah.
Hey, love you as Russ on Christmas Vacation.
And here you go. This guy has the worst takes, and it continues right here,
That's
baby.
not true. You may think we disagree on a lot of things, which is fine. There are people out there who support my takes. They agree with my takes.
They're also aggressively unintelligent.
Here's the thing, right? A lot of my takes haven't happened yet. So we'll see. We'll wait and see who's right.
One of our most popular clips is where you're shitting on Andor.
And you get ate alive.
I didn't.
Some of the best. I got okay. You know, credit where credit is due. You really have pushed our numbers big time on TikTok and Instagram because your ideas are terrible.
I never once
people
said
agree
Andor was a bad movie. It's good, or a bad TV show. It's good. It's not great. Rogue One, great. Near perfect film. Andor is good. That's all I got.
Fair enough. Alrighty, so we're probably all going to see that. I am pretty excited. The synopsis is exactly the same as the first one. A group of friends are terrorized by a stalker who knows about a gruesome incident from their past. So apparently in this town or whatever, everyone's just being a piece of shit and not telling anybody.
Well, I think in the first, and it's been a long time.
They accidentally like kill someone?
I think they run somebody over with their car and drive away.
That's what the book is, for sure.
Yeah. There's somebody sees them, and then they start killing them because no.
Because they're good guys.
Yeah.
Well,
That kill people.
It's your typical anti-hero.
Yeah.
it's like, it's the anti.
Isn't it?
Deadpool.
Isn't it?
It's Punisher.
It's the accountant.
Oh, yeah.
Or it's the Matrix, because everything is the Matrix.
Everything is the Matrix.
Yep.
Alrighty. So that wraps it up. Trailers and newsworthy things this week. We'll see what we have next week. Movie of this week, though, was Captain America the Winter Soldier. I thought it was quite good. I like it. Of Phase 2, right? That's probably one of my favorites.
I think this is a top 5 Marvel movie for me.
It's one of the best. I mean, aside from it being a Marvel movie, I think it's a good movie in general.
Yep. I liked it. I like it a lot.
I don't want to be the hot take guy. That's not who I want to be. It's a good movie. I don't even think it cracks the top 10 of MCU movies. I don't
know if I disagree with that.
It's a good movie. I enjoy it a lot.
Yeah.
I just don't think it cracks top 10 for me. It just doesn't. Now, I will say one of the greatest moments in MCU history spawns from this movie. Does anyone know?
Civil War?
No. In
Spawns
Agents
from-
of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh my god.
where the
Okay.
big twist, no, honestly, the big twist where the Hydra twist
Oh yeah.
is fantastic. Where they
I've
turn.
never seen Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh, you've never seen the
Neither-
first season? I thought you
neither
watched.
have I.
Oh no, maybe I did, but I.
No. There's
Oh, you know what? I think I stopped watching when this dude caught on fire.
there's a giant twist that was matched line for line. So when Captain America: The Winter Soldier came out,
Bar for bar.
the next week, the next Friday, you find out one of the main cast members is a Hydra agent the whole time, and you've been rooting for him. He's a good guy. It was sick. I'm getting chills. It was awesome. But yeah, it's not a top 10 movie, but it spawned probably the best moment in the MCU for me personally. I know that it's not.
I thought I liked. I mean, there were cool plot devices and stuff, like Zola being a microwave in a bunker for a bunch of years, and he's an AI guy now, and all that stuff. I think I did really like that. I like the 8-bit, like his face stuff. Thought that was cool. Is that from the comics? I don't know. Don't read them. Maybe I will.
I couldn't tell you on this one. I
I
have no
assume
idea.
Zola's from the comics.
Oh yeah, Zola from the comics, but I don't know if like this actually played out in the comics. I have no idea.
Okay.
I did like when, obviously, Captain Steve Rogers gets all mad and punches one of the monitors.
Yeah.
And he just pops up on another one. I thought that was kind of comical. I do think that, like, as far as them introducing like villains or new characters, the way they introduced Bucky Barnes, the Winter Soldier, was just phenomenal. I mean, he kind of just comes out of nowhere.
See,
it's great.
After watching Civil War, I think this movie's fine. I think Civil War is great.
Mhm.
It's like an Avengers 0.5 film or whatever.
I would call it an Avengers movie. They're all there anyway.
Well, so that's what I'm saying. It's like Avengers 2.5.
Yeah.
I think that in hindsight, I think Zemo making his first appearance would have made more sense in the Winter Soldier, with like him, like somehow activate, because like he's just kind of, we get Bucky and Zola behind him the whole time. I think it would have been cooler if Zemo was the one that kind of brought him into the light.
Well, the whole reason that Zemo turns into Zemo is that his family dies in Sokovia.
Right. No, I understand that.
So if they would have had to change the plot of Age of Ultron a little bit for that to pop up, but they probably could have got him in there somehow. At least shown him being like, a rich playboy or something.
With Zemo being so tied to
Winter Soldier.
I think I just think it would have been cool. But maybe that would have been too much to handle all at once, because they had a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
I thought of all the movies where, there were definitely seeds planted early in the film, like, oh, these guys are actually bad. And honestly, it doesn't take that long for us to get right into the plot. I think they execute that kind of thing pretty well. Like, hey, these guys are supposed to be good, but they're actually bad the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
I think it plays pretty well, honestly.
I think for me, my most favorite part of the movie and my least favorite part of the movie are the same thing. So, which is kind of crazy. All right. So you get Black Widow, which you get to see like the most spycraft out of her, out of any of the films, I think, in this movie, which I really enjoyed seeing this, where like she's playing kind of the Black Hat character. She's off on her own little thing with the USB drives, downloading things off she's doing submissions, right? At the very end, she's wearing the fake face, but also I think they made a weird character choice here where like she's overly flirty with Steve Rogers. Like her character changes a little bit in this movie where she's like a little bit too flirtatious.
They did not do her justice at all in the first like 4 movies.
Oh, I would agree.
She goes from Tony Stark to
what do you think that she? So
Chris Evans. Well, to Bruce Banner to Chris Evans.
Do you think
hear me out.
that she was supposed to be Black Widow the whole time, or if in Iron Man she was just some random chick and they're like, actually,
she's not in the first Iron Man.
No,
she's announced in the second Iron Man.
She's been Black Widow the entire time.
She was Black Widow.
No, she's Black Widow the entire time.
I think they were trying to ship her with somebody. Ship her, as the kids say.
Yeah.
And
what does that mean?
Relationship.
Oh, okay, sorry.
But
in a box across the sea.
But none of them fans responded to, so they're like, "Oh, let's try the next Avenger. Oh, let's try the next Avenger," and nobody enjoyed it. And then she went. I forgot Hawkeye.
Oh,
so
yeah,
she's
like
a
freaking town bicycle.
Don't disrespect Black Widow that way, but the writing was not very good for her in her first 4.
That may have just been.
I think if they would have wrote her to be like this, like flirtatious in all the movies, I would have zero problems with it.
But do you not think they kind of did?
I think they would discount her character even more so if that was the case.
I feel like her character in this movie was different than almost all the other movies.
I would argue she's as flirtatious, if not more, in Iron Man 2.
I think this is like the best version of her character.
That was a ruse. Also, I liked that she had more than 10 speaking lines.
Yeah, that was nice.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of just like one weird little quip and then back to kicking guys in the face.
So this is after Avengers, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is between 1 and 2. Okay, that's what I thought.
I do like that she just kind of pops up behind Chris Evans every once in a while, or like he's looking for the thumb drive. She kind of she's just being a really good spy.
It felt kind of like they wrote the script and were like, shit, we need somebody else. And they're like, we'll throw in Black Widow because we haven't had her in a while.
Sure.
That's
arguably the best movie she looks phenomenal in this movie, I got to tell you.
That was one of my notes. She was the hottest and the coolest version of her character so far.
Hands down, agree.
Thank you, Scarlett Johansson.
Thank you for being you.
Do not demean women. So she was a great actress.
Demean them? If anything, or objectifying them.
Objectify. That's what I'm looking for. I would not objectify.
But I'm not doing that.
That's pretty.
I think she's a beautiful woman.
Well, anyways, Lance just sounds really gay, but it's fine.
I'm the only married one up here, so just so we're clear.
What's his name?
Hey, funny.
Yeah. So I personally, the first mission I think is really cool.
Yeah.
Actually, did you notice whenever he's fighting the boss guy, Berdovich or whatever his name is,
whatever.
the Russian guy or whatever? I don't even know what nationality he is. But it's kind of like Mortal Kombat style when they get out of like the command center and they're fighting with the lights and they're like fighting on one plane.
Yeah.
Like Mortal Kombat, which I thought was really cool.
Well, I think what they were going for is to show that these two characters are like on an equal playing field. But obviously,
That's not true.
That's not true. Cap can kick this guy through a fucking wall if he wants to. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So he also has like everything stealthified a little bit. The shield's like kind of black, and his suit is also kind of black. I would go. I mean, I understand it's not that comic accurate. It may be in like some like one-off or something.
Yeah.
But I like this suit the best out of all of them.
I would agree. But I also, to go back to your original point, which is like even playing field. So Cap won't like, he doesn't kill, right? He just subdues or knocks out, right?
Yeah.
But like, so in the
severely injured.
Yeah. So in the same movie, you've got like, or wait, is this the same movie that he stops Bucky from getting in the helicopter, or is that the next one? I can't remember now.
Civil War is the one where he's like doing the bicep.
Yeah. Is that Civil War?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, all right. So like in this movie, they use the example of you've got Cap and you have Black Widow on the roof with Jasper, right? Sitwell, and he's like, it's not really your whole MO to toss me off the roof if that's what you're going for, and he's like, no, that's hers, right? So then she pushes him off the roof.
Mm-hmm.
If Cap wanted to, at the very first fight scene, he could punch a hole through this man. It would be nothing, but he just doesn't do that. So the whole even playing field is like, I don't know, it's a visual thing.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. Just a little tidbit. I like the stuff. It's kind of like cringy, but he jumps out of the plane without a parachute, and it was like, did he jump out without a parachute? He's like, yeah,
he
did do that.
Yeah,
Badass.
Yeah, this is a badass guy, man. Is that objectifying him? Calling him badass?
No.
I
didn't
if anything,
mention his appearance at all.
Chris Evans looks pretty fucking hot in this movie too.
That would be objectifying.
Okay, all right, even playing field here.
I thought it was kind of cool. It's not like ever really outright mentioned, but it's Cap versus Shield. And he is the man with the shield. A little bit of a play on words. Thought that was interesting. His whole ideology is the round thing he carries around.
Yeah, he's a shield that guards the realms of men.
Yes. Yeah.
Game of Thrones reference.
I also think that this goes way dumb. I think that we get to see one of the cooler scenes in Endgame where he goes back in time and it does the elevator scene again, where he's like, Hail Hydra, instead of beating the shit out of everyone.
Right.
Which is so cool.
Yeah.
I know that's a huge jump forward, but I do like seeing that again through the lens of knowing what happens.
It was
again.
definitely cool to see it come back.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yep.
And honestly, one of the cooler things that he does in that movie is jump out of that. Like he jumps like dude can fall. Dude's a Jedi. He can fall great heights and be fine.
He's actually
He's a super soldier.
Well, he's got crazy healing abilities too. So he probably broke something and then it just healed.
Mm-hmm.
He lived through. I mean, how many times did he get shot at the very end? 3 or 4?
A couple times.
He just lived through that.
Yeah, like what's it? I know his ability is he's a super soldier and he has a serum and stuff. What is that? What comes with that?
Well, clearly you can
strength,
live in ice for millennia.
Yeah. Clearly he's got some hibernation powers.
So I would say anything.
I think that is more of a cryo thing. That was more like the severe cold.
Here's what's always been, and this is, you're not gonna like this. Okay, I'm well aware.
Well, just make sure you don't objectify anything while you're talking.
Well, nobody will be objectified.
Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Captain America has a big problem for me, and I think for a lot of viewers, that Superman also has, right? He is a perfect person who cannot die, or is super hard to kill, right? It's nearly impossible.
Have we seen him get injured other than Thanos?
You saw him die.
breaking his arm.
He died in Infinity War. When Thanos punches him, he's dead. Go back and watch it. I'm telling you, the only reason why he lived is because she turned back time.
You think he died in that scene?
He died in that scene.
Break it down for us. This is a clippable moment.
He's okay. You got Captain Rogers versus Thanos. Okay, he's like holding on to his gauntlet for dear life, trying to like open his arms. Okay, Thanos absolutely 1-2s this guy's ass. Falls on the ground. He is motionless. Guy's toast. And at the very end, when you got Scarlet Witch, she obliterates Vision's head. Thanos grabs the time stone, turns back time. Everything goes back to the way it was. And then you've got Chris Evans who like gets back up. He's dead. One punches him.
I just assumed that he was knocked out.
Okay, so still, even let's assume that he's dead, right? And I think you're right there. He probably was meant to be dead, but it was also, yeah. So he's dead, right? He's only losing to the best of the best, the biggest villain Marvel's ever seen. Mm-hmm. Realistically, there's no shot that Zola or any of the other main villains that he's had in any of his movies could have defeated him. Like, it's just impossible.
Isn't that kind of the point of choosing Zola to be this villain, though? It's like the only way to defeat him is, like, not one-on-one physically.
No, I understand what's going on, right? I'm not saying it was a bad villain choice. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that him as a character,
he's kind of
there's no risk for him, and there's no risk for Superman. So
but if that's the case,
it's hard to watch.
Okay,
for me,
here's the thing, though. On some level, I agree with you. I think that in this movie specifically, and in Civil War too, you get where like he has a belief system and he sticks to his guns, right? Where he's like, look, obviously getting those carriers up in the sky, and you're killing people or whatever before like problems happen. He's like, usually the trial comes after the crime, right? He believes in an ideology and he sticks to that. That's his whole thing.
Like to a fault.
To a fault. But as far as like relating him to Superman and his invulnerability, if he wasn't afraid of nothing, he would have just walked straight into the guy with the Gatling gun, taken 40 shots to the chest, and then just called it a day, because those all would have just bounced off of him. But they don't. It's kind of like this. You could definitely out damage him from the healing ability.
Okay, let me rephrase. Okay, my biggest problem with both Superman and Captain America, as far as watching them on screen, right, is that they are portrayed to be basically perfect, right?
Yeah.
Like, as far as morally, as far as like physically, like they don't have any flaws, right? Like, even so, we see, you name any other character in the Marvel universe, we see their flaws. Doctor Strange is arrogant. He has issues that Iron Man, same thing. He's arrogant. He has these inherent flaws that can attack him, right? If the only way for someone to be defeated is by the sheer violence, not being, I don't like
physically,
physically, if they're only going to be physically bested and it's in a character that is superior to basically everybody, it's just not. It's not enjoyable. It's enjoyable to watch, but there doesn't feel like there's any sort of risk ever.
If it wasn't for Bucky in Civil War, Iron Man would have walloped his ass. I mean, he was on the ground.
I think Bucky like could have killed him in this movie.
Yeah, I'm not saying. Yeah, I'm saying I don't enjoy watching Captain America as a superhero because I don't find him to be enjoyable to watch because he never makes mistakes. He never has flaws. If he's defeated, that's fine.
One of the biggest problems is that it's the same thing with Superman, where you almost have to have like them go evil.
Right. Yes. Thank you. Like, he's too perfect, so
which we potentially could see something like that with Doomsday, where you would get Captain Hydra from the comics pop in. So we could see something like that. But no, I don't disagree, but I do think that he's not totally invulnerable. I mean, you see that in Avengers 1 where
that's fair.
Where Black Widow says, like, I wouldn't go down there, Cap. Those are basically gods. And he's like, there's only one god, ma'am. He doesn't dress like that.
So I guess my comparison was more their moral high ground and there's no flaws to them.
Yeah, it makes sense. You just don't like that character or like archetype.
No, I don't
fair.
Enjoy
fair
it.
Enough. Fair. Oh, first time we see Sam Wilson, Falcon. Mm-hmm. And honestly, I think one of the worst MCU-ified costumes. I really do not like the I know I'm kind of going back. I liked Cap's kind of CIA, Black Ops suit. Don't really care for I wanted it more accurate to the comics. And I understand it's just a dude in tights with wings. I think it could have been cooler though.
I haven't really looked at Falcon that much to like really notice. I got to be honest. I like Sam Wilson as Sam Wilson. I don't really care for him that much as Falcon, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like when he's flying around doing his doodads or whatever.
Yeah.
It doesn't really do anything for me. But when he's like, he's making jokes and like he's a little bit of the comic relief in the movie, I like that.
On your left.
Yeah.
On your left.
Did you go again? You might as well just did it again.
I do like that.
That's funny.
It's a good opening scene.
Yeah.
I also like how they made Red Wing a drone and not an actual Falcon.
Yeah.
Which I just don't think that would play in the MCU.
No.
Maybe now that we've gotten a little off the rails here. Not off the rails in a sense of like things are not so grounded. If that am I explaining myself correctly?
I agree.
Because I don't think that would be that ridiculous to see like some
actual bird
that he telepathically
Give us Squirrel
controls.
Earl.
Yeah.
Give us more light energy fist power from bracelets.
Yeah, no, I think overall I like Rumlow's character quite a bit. I liked Kate, is it Kate Bishop or something? Or, no, sorry, Kate Carter? Yeah. I think.
Yeah, it's his
Van
loves
Emily Van Camp. I don't know. I liked her.
niece or something.
Or
great niece.
I don't think there was really anything about this movie that I don't like. It's just really good. It's a great movie.
I think they do the good guy on the run pretty well.
Yep.
It's kind of an overplayed thing at this point, but I thought it was good.
Yeah.
Especially like the best of the good guys.
I do think that it's like one of the best representations of like just how much more powerful Cap is over like normal people, right? Where like he's trying to escape the shield base.
Oh, he's got one of the coolest motorcycles.
And he's, he rides up on a motorcycle and flips off of it and tosses the shield. I mean, he's just better than.
When do we get the like the magnetized shield? Because in this
one,
we still have just like leather straps.
Yeah, that's definitely in.
Is that Ultron?
I think it might be Ultron.
I'm asking you, MCU.
Sorry, that's
Dick Rider.
I don't really care what they wear, to be honest with you. I just want to see.
No, I'm asking about the shield. When did he get the electric shield, like the magnetized shield, where it like zoops back to his arm?
I think it's an. I
I
think
it is Ultron because.
Well,
I think it's an Ultron because in the opening scene he does that, and I think maybe he might be. I feel like he comments on it at some point. Maybe he's like, "Yeah, it's working well."
But it doesn't stay, right? Because soon he gets a Wakandan shield.
Well, he loses it after. He loses the shield completely after Civil War.
You're right.
He drops it, and he's like, "That's not." Tony's like, "That's not yours," and he's like, "Fine, fuck you," and then drops it and leaves.
Yep.
Get this man a shield.
It was Age of Ultron.
Man, not good.
Yep.
R.I.P. Chadwick Boseman. I did think that. See, I mean, this is where we really start to get big. Aside from Avengers, obviously, we're laying the groundwork for things coming, and then we get lots of tie back to previous.
You see massive connectivity.
Lots of connectivity.
Honestly, I think this is peak connectivity. It was all working together.
Mm-hmm.
This helped to spawn. I mean, we saw it in S.H.I.E.L.D., right?
I remember seeing Spawn in it, but
this helped to spawn like that connectivity. Like we saw, like the connections to S.H.I.E.L.D. We actually saw.
Well, it's not even really like outright connections too. You just get little
things are
pits.
Tidbits
has like
that cause other things to happen.
Yeah, well, when Nick Fury is, I mean, we haven't even really talked about his whole thing yet. When Fury is showing Cap all of the helicarriers, he mentions like Stark made them repulsor powered instead of like with rotors and stuff. He's like, he got it up close and personal because in Avengers, Tony got trapped in there and had to get it going again and all that shit. So I thought that was cool.
Oh yeah, that's a good tie back. Yeah,
because he's like, yeah, thank you, Mr. Stark.
Yeah, every time, something goes wrong for Tony, he's like, I can do this better.
Yeah, he's a fixer.
I will say that is obviously the answer is because movie, but Nick Fury takes like 3 slugs to the chest.
Oh. Yeah.
I mean, that sniper rifle could pull the engine block out of a car from like a mile away. I mean, I don't know how he survived that, but it was cool to when.
Also, that's I understand this is like some Black Ops heavily funded military shit. all of those bullets would have gotten through that glass. Like that's some insane bulletproof glass.
Yeah,
He's driving a fishbowl, and it's essentially like it's like a steel plated car. Like,
if we're going that route, it's like, okay, the cell phone that Black Widow uses to like guess the pin pad entry code.
Yeah.
It all falls apart.
They're massive plot devices. Like, yeah. I'm sure they wrote the script. They're like, we got to get here. Here's how we're going to do it. Fill in the gaps.
Yeah.
Like that. I would agree. He's going to be in a car and he's going to get shot with a minigun. I did think it was sick that he had a minigun in his truck.
That was pretty cool.
Pretty badass.
That was pretty cool.
I wish I had one.
I will say, okay, one of the other questions I had is that obviously he pulls out to escape the Winter Soldier. Mm-hmm. He pulls out like effectively a lightsaber. Okay, and he cuts through the roof of the car because the car slipped over. And then does he cut through like a manhole cover underneath the car, or does he just cut through the actual ground?
Okay, so I think it's a manhole, but I had the same thought while watching it.
Yeah, because it doesn't look like it looks like actual ground that he's like just going through.
Like he's like cutting through asphalt.
Yeah,
I don't know.
So how much asphalt until you got to the sewer? I guess. Anyways,
okay, because otherwise it's a conveniently placed manhole.
Yeah. Also movie, but
yeah, I agree.
I mean, unfortunately, Bucky just got him right on the spot where he needed to be.
So in the comics, is he? I kind of wish we would go back to the mask. I think he looks way cooler with the like half his face covered.
Yeah.
I also think this is the best that his arm has looked. I
do like the big Russian star.
Yeah, the star on it. It's so cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, big. On the other side, he's just got a tattoo of the hammer and scythe.
Yeah.
Hammer and sickle, excuse me.
No, Sebastian Stan is a fantastic actor. I think he plays Bucky very, very well. But also, he plays him extremely well by just looking at his eyes. I mean, he looks fucking pissed.
Yeah, he does.
Like, this guy's coming at you.
Yeah,
coming at your heart.
He has very, very few speaking lines, and he acts the shit out of this movie.
Yeah, he almost, I don't think, carries it, but close.
Yeah.
Close.
I would agree.
But no, when you see him like come out of nowhere and obviously pull Sitwell out of the car and toss him into traffic, that was pretty badass.
You also, I need to imagine yourself. Now we're gonna go back. Okay, imagine yourself. You have never heard of the Winter Soldier before, and this movie is announced. I think for what would be widely considered an unknown character for the majority of MCU watchers, they did a phenomenal job at one, introducing him, and two, making him an incredibly likable character. Like, he's a bad guy that you want to root for because of this story.
Well, but you were rooting for him from the first film when he was Chris Evans' best friend.
Well, when it was Bucky. Yeah, no, I agree. That's what I'm saying, though, but like, I understand what you're saying. That's a good point.
No, you definitely don't have any clue this guy's Bucky until that mask pops off, right? And then there's like I don't know, 2 seconds?
No, there's no way people didn't know that. There's no way.
I kind of agree with you.
Wait.
I think you might be off on that one.
Wait. We obviously watch Bucky fall off of a train.
Honestly,
in the first movie.
That goes.
We also watched Captain America.
But you're gonna sit there and tell me that you know that Bucky, that unless you looked at the IMDb page, that you knew that Bucky Barnes was the Winter Soldier?
Just watching a trailer, I would feel like, yeah, you know that.
I don't remember myself knowing.
And if you're a comic book guy,
I would say maybe 5% of people went into that movie not knowing.
I will say I didn't get really into like lore and comic book stuff until like
I would go 30.
Age of Ultron area. So like I had no idea.
I would go.
I don't know. I honestly can't remember if I knew or not.
I remember sitting in the theater going, "Holy shit!"
That was the first one I think that we saw together. I want to say that we saw this movie together because that was right. I don't think that this was out yet when you were doing your rewatch or when your initial watch.
I would say you are incorrect.
It was fully out.
I think the first
was
thing
Ultron out yet?
In theaters was Doctor Strange.
Really? Oh, I think you're wrong.
I don't think so.
Okay, all right, that's fine.
Because Winter Soldier came out in what, 2015, 2014, maybe 2013. So yeah, there's
2014.
Almost no way. Yeah, because that watch came through in 2017.
Yeah, you're right. It was just wishful thinking. I was hoping that we had a shared Bond moment. You know.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, no. Overall, if you had give us your take here. Give us a clippable take.
Clippable take.
Rate it.
I'm going to go 9.2.
Wow.
9.2. Big fan of this movie. I think it got most things right. It left a couple questions, and really only a couple. The couple of the questions that I had were like, how's that even possible? How did he cut through the ground? I don't know. But no, they did as far as the MCU goes and like putting a villain in your face for the first time, top notch. I don't think they've done a better job.
For me, Captain America: The Winter Soldier itself, the movie, if we're just considering the movie,
Just the film.
just the film itself, I give it a 7-8. Okay? For what it did for the MCU by adding this connectivity, connecting it to all of these different pieces, I would give it an 8.6.
Rank it against the other two Captain America movies.
It's number 2. Captain America: Civil War is the best. I don't think there's any debate in that. To me, it's a top 5, top 4 movie in all of the MCU.
Hear me out.
I don't think
You
that it's
only get Captain America, and I agree with you. Civil War is phenomenal. You only get it being this good because this movie sets it up so well.
Mhm.
You see, I almost disagree. I don't think the best parts of it for me, I don't think the best parts of it for me at all are the villains, right? I don't think that matters at all.
You don't get, but
I think
the
I think
ending
the-
scene.
I think the setup for me, the best part of Captain America: Civil War is the war between Iron Man's team and Cap's team. You can do that in a bunch of different ways.
Yeah,
now
but
they
they
did
were all-
that through Winter
They were all
Soldier.
pulling their punches. They weren't trying to kill each other.
No, I get they're not trying to kill
No,
each other.
there is a time. No, Captain America is trying to murder Spider-Man when he drops that like causeway or whatever on
He
him.
knows he's gonna catch it.
The
But
best part of
how
that
do you
movie
know?
is
You
that
had no
fight,
idea.
is the airplane fight. It just is the airport scene. Like, it's the best part of the movie.
I'm sorry.
You can do that with any character's backstories, any of them.
I'm sorry, but the Civil War is the last fight scene with Iron Man, who is trying to actively kill Bucky. He's like, I'm going to kill this man.
I would say if anyone's trying to murder,
That's
anyone,
the
it's
whole
that.
point.
Yeah,
That's the whole point of the movie. Is this movie?
It's the whole point, sure.
Winter
the best
Soldier.
movie. It's not the best part of the movie. It's the best part of the movie. The part that everyone remembers is the introduction of Ant-Man, the introduction of Spider-Man, all of those characters coming together and fighting each other. Even though, like, it's where we saw what Spider-Man could be. He's hilarious. He's awesome, right? It hyped everything up. Everybody is going to remember the airport scene. Nobody remembers that back end scene. Nobody does. It's all about the airport scene, and you can do that through many different avenues. You could have thrown Hulk's backstory in there. Give us something with Thunderbolt Ross, right? Like, it doesn't matter. It did not matter. It was all about the airport scene.
All right. Anyways, Chad, tell him how absolutely wrong he is.
No, this one I'm right. You can argue this for days, but this time I'm correct. The airport
I'm
scene
telling you.
is the best scene, the most vital scene, the most important scene in Captain America: Civil War. Now, it doesn't end the movie. We don't need it to end the movie. It shows the divide. It's the best part. It hypes up the movies going forward. The Captain...
Well, we get 3 character introductions. We get
Yes.
Ant-Man,
Black Panther,
Black Panther, and
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
It's awesome. It pushes it pushes everything forward, right? It's the best scene.
I mean, even Black Widow says to Hawkeye as she's fighting him, "You're pulling your punches." They're not. I'm not going to lie. It's a fun time. It's a good part of the movie. But the most important part of the movie is the ending fight scene with Tony and Steve Rogers and Bucky at the very end. The whole movie leads up to it. That's the whole point of the movie.
Wholeheartedly disagree.
Also,
the airport scene is the best scene in the MCU completely.
So no, listen. You get Bucky and you get Captain Rogers going up against Iron Man, and they're walloping his ass because he doesn't know how to fight. He's good at shoot, bang, bang with his arms, okay? And then he tells his AI, Wednesday, he's like, hey, was it Wednesday in that movie? Or was it Friday? He tells her Friday, he's like, hey, analyze his fight patterns, and then she does it, and then they start whooping fucking ass. That happens in the comic books, and that was really cool to see that actually play out in the film. That's what shows the divide between the characters. That's why Steve Rogers and Wanda and everybody goes off into hiding for so long. That's the whole point.
No, it may, like I said, it can be the whole point. That's fine. nobody remembers that over the airport scene. The airport scene is one of the best things in cinematic history. It just is. Like, you get to see all these characters everybody loves, a couple of extra characters. We get to see the new Spider-Man. It is what the MCU has always strived to be.
I would say it's peak, aside from Infinity War and like Endgame, peak MCU.
So you're on my side.
To an extent, yeah. I actually am.
Okay.
So it'll be fun. Let them know in the comments.
Let us know
why they are wrong. I'm so sorry, but I'm not saying it's a bad part of the movie.
No,
I had a good time, but watching Tony Stark lose his fucking mind at the end, that's the whole point.
To me, you're looking at the point of the movie. I'm looking at
what was the climax for sure.
I'm looking at what was best for the MCU. The most important scene for the MCU was the airport scene, and it's unquestionable, undoubtable. It cannot be argued. It is the most important scene going forward in the MCU.
I hate that I agree with you, but
Well, anyways, I've argued it. We can disagree. That's totally fine. Let us know in the comments, guys.
So you ranked it at where? You didn't finish.
7.8.
Oh,
7.8?
No, you wanted top. It goes Captain America: Civil War, Winter Soldier, and the first Avenger is a bottom 5 movie. And
honestly, pretty impressed that they continued with the MCU after that movie.
Yeah, I mean, you had that, and I mean, I enjoyed the Hulk. I thought it was much better than the Hulk. Or I thought the Hulk was actually much better than this. But you had that. You had Thor. Like, you had Iron Man 2.
Questionable stuff. We had Chris Hemsworth with dyed eyebrow.
Is Phase 1 the worst phase in the MCU?
I think far and away. Yeah,
even compared to Phase 4, Phase 5.
I don't know.
Like,
because we're dipping back.
I think it's possible.
I don't know. Okay, so to get back for just a second about the...
Well, let me rank.
Okay, sorry.
This movie, Captain America: The Winter Soldier, I think I'm giving it an 8.4. 8.4. I really enjoy it. It's one of my most rewatched. I think the only one that I have rewatched more is Civil War and Ultron. Those are two of my favorites. This is a close third, we'll say. Yeah, I think it hits a lot of things for me. It's got the action. I actually do like Captain America as a character. And this is where he reaches his peak, in my opinion, aside from like wielding the hammer. But I think that's just a different. This is different. The same but different. So I liked it. He was doing cool Captain America stuff, and I really liked it. And he threw his shield around a bunch, and we got the Winter Soldier and Bucky back, and yeah, 8.4. And then I'm going exactly the same. I would rank this number 2. I think Civil War is better than this, definitely because of the fan stuff. But I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed to like it for that reason. I think that, like, critically, I think this is probably a better movie. But
for me,
for
fun, I'm putting number 2.
The first Avenger not only fails because it's just, honestly, I don't think they do a very good job as far as like introducing Captain Rogers.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just kind of, that part takes way too long, and they probably could have sped that along a little bit. But they also gave me a reason to not like Hugo Weaving in a movie for once, which is just
it's okay.
Terrible.
He also doesn't like being in that movie either.
No, he wishes he could take it back.
Yeah.
I think he does bring it back a little bit there in Infinity War.
That's not him.
He plays. Is he not voice acting it?
It's not him.
No shit.
It's not him
at all.
Captured, and then it's not his voice either.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
no, he nailed it so much. And
said no thanks.
Yeah, but Marvel Studio. I think Kevin Feige was like, "It's cool if you're not."
They had him under contract. But
yeah, but
he was like,
he was so against it.
Yeah, he was like, basically like.
I think
I probably feared he was gonna trash the movie. Honestly,
it doesn't really make sense why his character is there guarding the Soul Stone. I got to be honest, but
I thought one of the cooler callbacks.
It's a cool callback, but there's
honestly, I think I had
doesn't make sense in the lore at all.
I had more of a visceral reaction seeing him guarding the Soul Stone that I did
Bucky reveal.
Like Bucky reveal, yeah, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, 100%. Because we're building off of an subpar first movie, and it's just like, oh, hey, Bucky's back. It's really not that big a deal to me. But anyway, overall, 8.4. Alrighty, what'd you guys watch? Okay. Honestly, we're at the 120 mark.
Yeah, I think we just go straight into what we're watching.
We'll leave that discussion topic for next week. I think we had a good discussion today. What you watching? So I discovered a new show this week, and I binged it to its current release, which just came out. It's got your boy John Hamm in it, and it is called Your Friends and Neighbors, and it's on Apple TV.
Saw that coming.
It's freaking. I love it. It's really good.
John Hamm is great in most things that he does.
So I'm coming off of a recent Mad Men watch. First time I've seen it.
Really?
So
Oh,
I watched
man.
it. I finished it like 3 months ago.
That's a good movie, or that's a good show.
It's honestly, there are times where it's fucking slow.
The only bad thing about Mad Men is that it's not easy to watch because it doesn't stream anywhere. I mean,
No, I had to buy it.
Yeah.
I had to pay for like an
Doesn't stream-
AMC like subscription.
anywhere. But damn, it does get slow sometimes, but what a good show that is.
Honestly, in my opinion, and I know a lot of people disagree with me because Reddit was blowing the shit up when I was looking at it. I think it ends really well. I don't know. We're getting off track a little bit, but I'm a huge fan of.
I think the ending is fine,
Yeah,
but you get a little beginning, middle, and end.
you do.
You know,
You do.
little
Yeah.
character growth.
I mean, it's fun in the same way that like the whole thing is about his he's the perfect person, he's the perfect like family and everything, and he has the perfect job, and then everything implodes, and he's living a lie and all that stuff. Honestly, this character in Your Friends and Neighbors is very similar in the same respects, kind of in the very basics of the plot. They're very similar.
Does he look as cool as he does in Mad Men smoking a cigarette?
I haven't seen him smoking a cigarette yet.
Because I haven't.
That
smoked
actually is not true. I think I did see him.
I haven't smoked a cigarette in a very long time.
He smoked more joints at this point than cigarettes in this show.
Nothing makes me want to smoke a cigarette more than watching John Hamm smoke a cigarette in Mad Men.
Yes.
God damn.
Done.
Lucky Stripes? Hell yeah.
Yeah, strikes.
Strikes? Lucky
Yes,
Strikes? Hell
Lucky
yeah.
Strikes. Yeah, honestly, pretty cool. Pretty cool. I liked the show. It's really good. It's on episode 4, and I recommend you guys watch it. I think that you would like it.
I'll probably check it out.
Quick little teeny tiny synopsis. He is a stockbroker and loses his job because he sleeps with his underling.
He starts stealing, right? He's like a burglar?
And then he starts robbing from his neighbors because he needs money.
I did see that, yeah.
It's
Cool.
good. I like it. Yeah. I also watched The Studio. I'm just fully in on movie stuff right now. And the fact that this is about movie stuff and it feels like Entourage again. In a lot of the same ways, it feels like Entourage. But, I mean, we're not following like 4 friends.
Entourage had everyone in Hollywood
Yeah.
in Entourage, and this show has everyone in Hollywood in this show.
Wouldn't be surprised if Marky Mark is producing this show. Are you guys caught up on that studio?
I haven't seen... No, I think I am caught up.
The one at the party? Did you watch the one at the party? Where he's like there with the doctors?
Yep, where he's there with the doctors.
I thought that was a great episode.
Dude, that one was tough. Like, it was like a tough watch, if you know what I mean.
Yo, it's like the whole thing is cringe. Yeah, I think that's
that's what I mean. Like, it's hard for me to watch like cringe on
yeah.
screen. Like, I'm just like, it just hurts.
you should Zach and you should catch up on that if you
Yeah,
have time.
no, it's good. The 2 episodes that I've seen have been great. Like I said, does it slow down the pacing at all, or is it
a little bit? Yeah,
a little bit?
I really do like the
And that's not like a total.
pacing's probably the same. I would say that they're less involved with the oneers though, except for the one that's about the oneer.
It isn't like a total turnoff for me. I'm fine with like fast pacing. I just noticed that it was very, very fast.
It is still pretty fast, but I don't think
more
more come
isolated.
across as much.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Cool.
Well, that's noticeable. I also watched The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. You saw me watching that in the office the other day. Zach and I have offices right next to each other.
So the thing about our offices is there is a large glass window, and I thought about this after I saw you watching it. What did you do during the rape scene?
Oh, I skipped 100%. There was like there's that. What I believe at this point is a girl who has been bad and like gone to risk or like whatever out of school suspension is or suspended from school.
That chick that
There's like a
sits-
girl that sits in those boots like within the line of sight of my office.
Yep.
And I was worried that she was going to see the rape scene, so I quickly
Yeah.
knew it was coming. I was like,
Yeah, I thought about that, gang, and I was like, I wonder what we did with that rape scene.
no,
'Cause
which
those-
happens like twice, by the way. I
'Cause
forgot.
those windows, they hide nothing.
No, yeah, and I turned the lights off, so dude, I was cozy in there. I edited a wedding
Yep.
video before that. It was good.
I I think that this movie shows off just how good Rooney Mara is, because the first time that I saw her, she was there.
Her sister. I didn't know that until I looked it up the other day.
Another great.
Yeah.
Kate Mara's fantastic.
Yes, I love her.
But Rooney Mara, I saw her for the first time in The Social Network, right? She has not a large role, but I would argue a pivotal one to kind of explain why Mark is the way that he is, right?
Yeah.
And then
she's from the start.
Yeah, and then you catch up with her in Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, and she is playing a completely different person.
I mean, her range is phenomenal.
Yes, what an actress.
Yeah. Honestly, one of Fincher's best, in my opinion. I think it's his number 2 for me.
Also, you get a Skarsgård in there.
You get a Skarsgård in there.
You know how I feel about it.
Stellan is so good. He plays the best
little villain guy.
Yeah. The only problem I had with that movie, though, and it's one of my most rewatched. I feel like I've said that a couple times this episode, but I have rewatched that film probably 10 times. I notice it more every time I watch it. It's less about solving the mystery than it is about fleshing out their relationship. Because the movie's been out forever. Everyone should go watch it. It's very good. It's actually a remake of another, and it's a book adaptation.
I do have. I'm sorry. I'm gonna let you finish. I have a question.
So whenever whenever the guy that they find dies, it is so glossed over, and it's like it's almost anticlimactic. Like, you know what I'm talking about? I don't want to spoil it. Okay, well, I'm gonna spoil it. If you don't want to hear this, skip forward.
Yeah.
When Martin crashes the car, he's been hit in the face with the golf club, right? She just smokes him in the basement with the golf club, and then he runs off, gets in the car, and crashes and dies. It explodes and burns. That's it, though.
Yeah, they spend
I guess it's more about finding Harriet than it is about finding.
That's what I was going to say. Is that it's way more about finding Harriet, which turns out to be pretty much right under your nose the entire time.
Yes. One of the best twists, and I haven't read the book and I haven't seen the other movies.
Yeah. Well, that was my other question, but on your first watch, and if you're like just half paying attention, you'd think that this movie is about solving the mystery. And it literally spends 30 seconds on the mystery at the very end because they solve it, right? The movie really isn't about that. It's about finding Harriet and then this developing relationship between a biographer almost, like a guy that just writes books and
he's a magazine. Well, he works for a magazine.
He's a writer.
Yeah.
And they hire him to help solve this mystery.
And the writer is Daniel Craig. The cast, I think, is amazing.
Yeah, they do a great job. I know this is part of a 3-part book series.
Well, no, not this one. This is a one-off. The Fincher one is a one-off.
Oh.
Other one, so have you seen Prometheus?
Yeah.
It's the girl in Prometheus that is the girl with the dragon tattoo. I can't think of what her name is.
I thought this was part like one of a 3-part series.
Numi Rapace.
He's talking about books, not movies.
I know, but I'm saying like this movie though is a standalone. There's another one I believe that does the same plot, and then there's 2 additional ones. So I think it's a 3-part book series, and then there's also a 3-part movie.
He was just referring to the book series.
Yeah. No. I was saying I thought this movie, Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, I thought this was like the first book, and then there was 2 more book movies after that. There are not, or there is, but not by David Fincher.
There is, but not by David Fincher.
Okay.
Well, no, but those aren't tied to this one at all. Like I said,
it's a standalone.
Fincher one, standalone. Okay. Totally.
What are the other ones called?
The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Oh man, In the Spider's Web or something like that.
Okay. Yeah, 2009.
The Girl Who Played with Fire and The Girl Who Kicked the Hornet's Nest.
Okay.
And those are the...
Oh, I remember seeing this picture before.
Yeah, so like Numi Rapace, I don't know how you say her name.
I'm going to have to go back and watch. I got to be honest.
I think movies. I might watch these, but these ones got way worse critical scores.
Yeah, I do want to watch them.
There's one that came out in 2018 called The Girl in the Spider's Web, but I got a 38%.
Yikes.
It was a total reboot of that
Maybe
one.
I won't watch this. Anyway,
that's why I like this one so much I don't want to ruin it. But anyway, so yeah, that's what I watched this week. Plus The Accountant too, which I thought was good. I wanted to talk about that more, but we're running out of time.
And Minecraft. You watch Minecraft?
I also watched Minecraft. I didn't think that Minecraft was that bad.
Do you have any popcorn throwers or?
No, so there was probably 10 other people in the theater with me. And no throwers.
Anyone yell anything?
There was so I knew going in that it would be a young crowd. So I took that with a grain of salt. They wouldn't shut the fuck up the whole time.
Okay.
The kids were talking the whole time. And this is not an exaggeration. This is not a joke. There was a dad that brought his iPad who sat probably 5 or 6 away from. I sat in the back row. He had his iPad out the whole time and was playing solitaire. And then the kids, he brought 2 children, 2 boys, also iPads. They were playing Minecraft on their iPads while watching the
Minecraft section.
Man,
yeah, it was crazy.
That's like a top 10 experience for these kids. Though,
But
probably.
yeah, dude, the only thing that I can be like, thank you, freaking Lord, that didn't happen. They didn't play with audio on.
Did they have any actual babies in the theater?
There were some infants in the front that were
shit.
Only one crying happened.
Yeah,
and actually, ironically, happened when it was during the lava chicken song.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say chicken jockey.
No one reacted to chicken jockey. I was like, I could feel it coming. I was prepping.
You didn't respond. You had to be the guy.
Yeah, I punched the guy next to me in the face. Yeah,
next to me in the face.
Yeah. Oh,
he pulled the chicken out of his pants.
Yes,
threw it.
Yeah, that's what I watched. Okay, you guys.
Okay, mine's a short list. I watched Andor. I am 2 episodes in. I know that we're on 3 more today, so I have 4 episodes to watch tonight.
Tomorrow.
I watched Passengers for the first time ever. Tomorrow, sorry. I watched Passengers for the first time. It's a fun watch.
We only get 1 episode of Andor tonight.
No, we get 3 tomorrow.
Really?
Yeah, it's 3 for 4 weeks.
That's what he said. I don't.
No, that's not right.
Yeah, it is.
I'm almost positive that's.
You'd be wrong.
Well, anyways, I'm excited for however much Andor we get tomorrow. I watched Passengers, which is a fun little movie.
What a scumbag.
Oh, the guy?
Not you. Yeah, I made it seem like I was talking about you. Yeah, Chris Pratt's character in that is a fucking dildo.
Yeah, but also, the drowning man will reach for something to hold on to.
It's true, yeah. That's like, isn't that literally in the movie?
Literally what Lawrence Fishburne says. And also, you get more Lawrence Fishburne, and I like Lawrence Fishburne. It's a good film. I would recommend checking it out. I would say the ending is fine. It's fine.
As far as 2 people acting in one movie goes,
Good.
And like that's it. They did a great job.
And then I actually gave The White Lotus a real chance this week.
You on season 1?
I am on season 1. I am 6 episodes in.
Steve Zahn season. I love that. Yeah.
I got to be honest. After I think I texted you guys about it. I looked down for a second on my phone and came back up, and a guy's head was buried in a man's asshole.
There's a lot of genitals in this one.
Yeah. That caught me off guard a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. However,
the scene where he's feeling his balls for cancer is so funny.
I gotta be honest. Why do you have your dick out, Dad? I'm not. I'm looking at my balls.
Yeah.
No, I'm actually enjoying the watch. I'll continue. It's good. It's good. And then of course I watched Movie of the Week. That's been it.
I've been watching some pretty basic stuff. We've been watching The Studio. Got all the way caught up on that.
Yep.
I'm loving it. Last of Us. I didn't get a chance to do my spiel, so I'm going to do it now. It's a little late, but so I believe that The Last of Us Season 2, Episode 2 is the best episode of TV in, at minimum, the last 15 years of television.
15? Oh my gosh. That's insane.
Okay. Maybe 15's too high.
We had Better Call Saul.
Breaking
Bad.
Give me the day.
Game of Thrones?
Give me the day that Red Wedding released. But up until then, this is the greatest show. This is the greatest episode of TV since then, right? They combined.
The Red Wedding, Hard Home, Battle of the Bastards.
Disagree on both of those last 2.
Okay.
This episode, right, it has the
Red Wedding aired June 2nd, 2013.
So, okay, almost 12 years, right? 15, I was 4 years too high. Last of Us is the best episode in nearly 12 years of television. Of course, you get the death of Joel. We all knew it was coming. I
was a little surprised they did it early.
I personally didn't think they'd do it that early. I was thinking episode 4, episode 5. A lot of people were thinking last episode of the season, mixing some things in.
Well, I do think that we're going to get some flashbacks, though.
The true balls that they had to do that is incredible on its own, but you combine that with the invasion that we see of the zombies and the whole
the attack on Jackson,
the whole town of Fort Jackson. Just this, like, it's never going to be the same, right? So we see all of these characters, that everything they had worked for, everything that we had seen build in season 1, and then finally get to a place of happiness. We see it crumble on both sides, right? We see all of it. Everybody's just in
taking major loss.
It's just a giant episode of television that completely changes the course of the show. You could argue it completely changes the course of HBO, right? Because it's the biggest show that Max has. It's much bigger than anything they've showed in a long time, right? House of the Dragon, it doesn't even is uncomparable to this, right? This is
arguably like 6 episodes of Succession are better than that episode.
Okay. No, not better than.
I think there are whole seasons of Succession.
No, you're just wrong.
You
are just wrong. Yeah. Succession is good. It's great, actually. Succession is great.
Succession is great.
This episode of television was perfect.
There's a couple episodes of Silicon Valley that are better than this show.
Yeah, TechCrunch. Come on.
Okay, hear me out. Hear me out. First of all, you're on my headphone jack. Sorry, man.
Maybe I meant to be.
Okay, I'm gonna
show you off.
I'm gonna pull this up.
Okay, so
all right.
Piece of garbage.
Okay. As a guy who doesn't like zombies, I've watched 6 episodes of the show in totality. I have watched some playthrough of the game, and I know what goes on in the game. Okay. Here's what I'll say. Pedro Pascal tests so well in focus groups that I'm shocked they didn't change this.
Did you watch this episode?
I watched the death scene, but I didn't watch the episode.
So you mocked me about this episode of television without watching it? Roast him. Roast the shit out of this guy. He is.
Have you ever listened to a single episode of our podcast?
Yeah.
I don't need to listen. I know TV. I know movies. That's all I need.
This guy also didn't watch Movie of the Week, by the way. I'm tattling.
I've seen it 6 times.
I'm tattling.
I mean, it's in the dome piece up here.
Look,
dude.
I just don't really care. It's not my thing. I'm not here to yuck anybody else's yum, but it isn't my thing.
That's fine. I don't need you to say, oh yeah, it's the great. I don't need you to, oh yeah, it's the greatest or whatever, and agree with me. But don't say Silicon Valley episodes are better than it if you haven't even seen the show.
That was a dig.
I have watched 6 episodes of the show, and I thought it was aggressively fine, the 6 episodes that
But you haven't seen the greatest episode of... Did you watch season 1, episode 3?
Yeah.
And you think that was just aggressively fine?
Mm-hmm.
Episode 3, is that where...
That's
the name
the
dies?
episode. What?
What are you talking about?
I will
That's
say
with
that
Ron Swanson. That's the Ron
yes, you're
Swanson
right.
episode.
I thought it was 4.
Calling that aggressively fine is stupid. It's just stupid. No, that's stupid.
Now here's the thing.
It's stupid. It is a fantastic episode.
Now you get
really good.
You get a different actor for that.
Don't call it fine. Call it nearly perfect.
I'm sorry. You get a different actor because I couldn't take him out of Ron Swanson. You did it yourself. You literally called him Ron Swanson. And Ron Swanson would never. I'm sorry.
I thought it was.
Ron Swan getting off the grid.
Season 1, episode 3 is a 9.5. Season 2, episode 2 is a 9.99999.
Well, what would have made it perfect? Lighting choice?
Yeah, some sort of... I don't know. I just didn't want to call it a 10 because people would roast me. That's not a 10.
Okay, hear me out. Obviously, Silicon Valley doesn't compare. I understand that. My point is that
House of the Dragon also does not compare.
Season 2, I will admit, yeah.
Okay. However, what I'm saying is that like we know that HBO will change things based off of focus groups, aka Bronn. Bronn tested really, really high. He was supposed to die in like season 1 or 2 of Game of Thrones.
Instead, he
kept him along, and he got a castle at the very end. He doesn't die. So I'm shocked they didn't change this in the show.
I mean,
were they hinting at changing it? Because I thought it was kind of up in the air.
So they showed like as much, if not more, of Joel than Ellie in all the trailers.
So you can
the pure balls to do that is
bait and switch.
Yeah. Well, here's what I'll say. Okay, so obviously there's a lot of people shit talking Ellie, right? And so you have a lot of I don't know what percentage of the people that watch the show like hate Ellie.
25.
25.
I bet it's hate the actor.
No,
Or hate the character.
hate the character, hate the actor that is playing her. Don't like
25.
25.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
What about those people right now? Do you think they're gonna stick around?
I think they're the loudest, and I
For
think
sure.
that they probably will. I think if they were going to lose anybody, it is from that episode.
I would argue they are a very vocal minority, probably, but also
Depends how.
I think you have a lot of people. At least all of the okay, and this sounds stupid of me, but like all the reels and TikToks that I've seen about this, which is like boyfriend and girlfriend watching this on the couch, and the boyfriend's played the game, so he knows, and the girlfriend's like, "I'm not watching anymore." Did they just lose half their fan base? I don't know.
Here's the thing, though, right? I know we watch TV shows, so
yeah,
we're gonna continue. I assume you may not.
Oh yeah. Well,
we also know. Well, hold on. Let me get to my thought. I know 2 people outside of this. My wife is now saying that she will not watch anymore. Fine, whatever. I know 1 other person who watched it, loved it, but I also know 2 other people who hadn't started the show that because of word of mouth, seeing TikToks, seeing Twitter, hearing from me talking to my other friend who watches it, right? They have joined on the show. So just from my personal view, right? We lost 1, we gained 2. So if I think that they're going to gain close to as much as they've lost.
HBO, you need to send Lance a check. He's clearly keeping everyone watching this show.
Oh, and I've also watched On Patrol Live. So that's just it's an awesome,
thank you for that,
unscripted show.
Get your movie ready. I have one more.
Oh, I've got it.
The only thing that I would say about this is, like, even if it was bad, I'd probably still watch it because there's just something about watching the HBO show of the week at 9 on Sunday that is just like, I'll tell Melia, like, hey, it's 9 o'clock. Shut off whatever the heck you're watching. And it's typically the recorded episodes of The Amazing Race.
But it's not going to work for House of the Dragon because it's on during NFL Sundays. So
at 9
o'clock on Sundays, that's NBC's game of the week.
Yeah, it depends on the game. That's for sure.
Yeah, I honestly, do you guys want to name off what we've went through so far? I don't think we went through this one. You know what? If we did,
Tarzan, Valerian, Morbius, El Camino. Holy cow! And I think that's probably it because you haven't been on for
okay. We'll call
because
that.
You're
Did you happen to look at my screen at all throughout here?
I have not. No.
Okay, then we're good. All right, let's strap in here, boys.
All right, Zach, bring up the list.
Oh, I'm looking at it. Give me 1 second here.
The list.
So what I've done,
we developed
the
we have.
You didn't want to lose it, huh?
No, we have
Never lose
developed
again.
a list that is tried and true.
Oh, this is awesome.
Putting this here.
We tested it against some AI bots, and we are. I'm just kidding. That didn't happen.
That's really annoying. It won't copy and paste from.
Wow, I am excited that I've got you deep in the lore. I mean,
you text it to me. I can just look it up.
I'm putting it in the note real fast. I have it in front of me, but I'm putting it in the note.
I'm gonna cheat and let's see
here.
notes.
Oh no, this is going to me and Jacob.
I have it. I'm looking at it right now.
Okay, all right. Anyways, I'm sharing this with.
All right. So phase 1. What are we choosing here? Oh, you're saying okay. Wait. Was this movie released after 2000?
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
We're heading in the right direction. I think that's the best way to phrase it too, because it gives us
a clear starting point.
Yeah, to move forward. Yeah,
I'm gonna shut off my internet browser real fast so I don't cheat. Okay, we're just going down the list because I think that's fair.
I agree.
Is it live action?
Yes.
Live action, post 2000. Is it part of a franchise or series?
And this would include like book series.
So here's my question.
Comics.
Would you consider? Let's say there's a Hunger Games movies, right? Would you consider the Hunger Games books in the same franchise?
Okay, just kidding. I think that we would say that question. We would argue like, is it an adaptation?
Yeah, that would be kind of its own question.
So, is it franchise or series? As in, like, either it
are there prequels, sequels,
spin-offs, movies, TV shows on the screen?
I'm gonna say it is not part of a franchise, but
I don't love it when he does this.
Yeah, I hate that.
I'm sorry, but you'll
Let's just act like we didn't ask that question.
Okay, that's fine.
Go ahead.
This he's not going to love.
That's like 5 questions in one.
Yeah, it is a little bit more. Is it an action movie?
If he says there's
definitely
action,
there's
I'm gonna
definitely
fucking
action.
throw.
There's definitely action. Yeah, I would say it's an action movie.
Okay.
I don't know what else you would describe it as. Let me see what it is described as. Yeah, action.
See, whenever I saw this list originally, I did not like number 5. I think that's a dumb question.
I agree. I think we could argue almost like okay, let's get number 5.
Honestly, I want to skip number 6 too.
I don't know. I kind of like number 6 because it lets us narrow down if it's like.
Yeah, but I don't know if I can think of it. Like if all we have so far is post 2000s, and if I'm asking if it's a box office success, I don't know if I can answer that.
That's fair.
For every
Okay.
movie. Quit doing that.
Did it win or get nominated for any major awards?
No.
Okay.
Again, I don't know. I would have known that.
Okay. Well, fine.
5 down.
Maybe we don't like this damn list. All right.
I like to do
Did
it.
you guys have 20 questions
Yeah.
picked up?
Yeah.
Wow, that is a bold choice.
Is this an adaptation?
Yes.
Okay. All right. What do we have so far? We have it's after 2000.
It's an adaptation.
It is live action. He's gonna say yes. It's part of a. Or wait, no, it's not part of a
No,
series.
he said yes, it's part of a series, but he doesn't know for sure.
Well, no, I said I would consider it no.
Oh,
I think most people would consider it no.
I hate those answers.
But it's tough, man. And so is the adaptation one. That's tough too.
You answered that so quickly.
I would say yes because I answered the other part no. But I think you could also argue yes to the other one and no to this one.
That's so fucking dumb.
I don't like how you answered those because it seems to me pretty fair. If
I don't know how to answer it without. I don't know how to re-ask a question. Is an adaptation? What would you consider an adaptation? Let me give you that.
Hunger Games. Any of the
Like
comic
what?
book
No, your
movies.
definition of adaptation.
I'm giving you 2 examples.
yeah, if it's
To me,
comic
the
book made-
definition. I need a definition of what you.
Has that been adapted from another source material and made into a movie?
Okay, yeah. Then the answer is definitely yes.
It's probably some song from the 1930s or some shit.
I think we go back to one of our basics, which is: does this movie happen on Earth?
Yeah, that's a decent one.
Good. Okay.
Yep.
On Earth. Okay. After 2000, it is live action, part of a franchise. No, wait, no, not part of a franchise.
No, not part of a franchise.
It is an action movie. Did not get nominated for anything major.
Is an adaptation.
Is an adaptation. And it is on Earth. Is it? Do we want to go with number 9, or you can ask a question next?
Yeah. I don't know if that helps, really. I want to know if it's... So, you said is it based on Earth? Are there any supernatural or sci-fi elements?
Yes.
Okay.
Is it in the last... I think we need to narrow it down year-wise.
I like number 13.
But I mean, to us, though, we know so many of them.
That's fair.
Because I thought that too. And
You want to just knock half of these out at the same time and just say number 8, number 9?
Is the lead character male? Fucking hate this man. I don't like him.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I would say, yeah, sure.
Or what are you griping about? The character being a human male or something? Or are you griping about there not being a main character?
There's just not a main character, I would argue. I think if you picked one, that would probably be male.
There's not a main character. Okay, can we rephrase this and say top build actor male?
Let me look.
Okay, yeah.
Because what I'm thinking in my head now is like, I hate to go to robots all the time, but
Yes.
like, is it about
Top build is male. Yes.
okay, top build cast male?
You got, I believe you have 12 left.
I don't know why, but I'm kind of thinking Transformers.
But wouldn't the lead character in that be like Sam Witwicky or something?
Yeah, but I could also see his stupid face being like, "Oh, it's actually Optimus Prime or Bumblebee
Okay,
or Megatron
okay.
or like the president or something." I don't know.
The president.
He's the true main character.
Was it released in the last? Wait. Do we want to go 10 years or 5 years?
If we go, okay, so 10 and 5 to me are almost fluid.
Yeah. Like they go hand in hand. So if we go 10, we have to go 5.
Well, maybe you're saying 5. Okay, wait. Maybe we box ourselves in, actually.
Yeah.
If we go 2000s and then we go 5.
Yeah.
Then if it's yes, then we have it more narrowed down. But if it's no, we also have it narrowed down.
I think 5.
Was it released in the last 5 years?
No.
Okay, so we got
No.
2000 to 2020.
20 years worth of movies. The main character is a male. It takes place on Earth. There are sci-fi elements.
When you lay it out like that, it's like it could be 1,000 movies.
Yeah, you guys are not.
We're narrowing it down.
Very well.
Well, how many questions are we at?
You're at 8.
Oh my god!
You got 12. You got 12 left.
I think technically we're at. Wait, do we have 11 left or is
See,
I think
the
I
adaptation.
added one
okay?
because
Okay.
I think I flipped one too early.
Okay, so I know this is pretty specific, but I think he jumped at adaptation. I think we ask if it is a book. If it's a book, that really narrows it down, I think.
Was it a book made into a movie?
No,
Now, would you consider a comic book also a book?
I would not.
Okay. So it could still be a comic book.
I'm wondering, though, because we're so loose with our adaptation thing that it could be like a TV show or something. And that's where he's kind of iffy about the like series or part of an extended universe.
Yeah. What did you say to that? We can go back. What did you say to part of a franchise or series?
I would not consider it part of one.
Okay, so it's something that's standalone and it's not not coming from a book.
Not coming from a book.
Wait, okay, I'm not asking this. I'm just making sure you didn't choose Valerian again, right?
No.
Okay.
No.
I just wanted to make sure.
No.
Because you asked at the beginning. And I was like,
Yeah. This was, I think,
Wait.
one.
Didn't you say? Wait, you asked, "Is this an adaptation?"
Yeah.
And you said yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
So it's an adaptation.
novel or something.
Okay, so now my head is thinking like,
Well, would you consider a graphic novel a book? It's
No,
novel.
I consider that comic book.
Oh,
Probably.
okay, so now my head is thinking graphic. Wait, you said yes, graphic novel is a book.
No, I would consider graphic novel a comic book.
Okay. So now my head is thinking like Watchmen-esque action on Earth, sci-fi elements. The lead character definitely was like the
Oh, that is kind of ambiguous,
The
actually.
Hawk-
It's Dr. Manhattan.
Dr.
But
Manhattan.
then it's also like Rorschach.
Yeah. Well, I think it was the guy with the ears.
Captain
the
Falcon.
Falcon guy.
What's his name? I forget.
Yeah. Captain Insano.
Captain Falcon.
Okay. Do we want to ask if this is a superhero movie?
Night Owl is his name.
No.
And that would put us at 10. Is it a superhero movie?
No.
What kind of question is that? Or what answer is that?
No. It's not a superhero movie. I don't think. I wouldn't. No, that's not where my head would go.
Wait. Do you think it's Pacific Rim?
Didn't he already do that?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a misleading
I wanna-
face.
I want to ask if there's large robots, or is it about robots?
He
Are the
said
robots
He
in
said
it?
it is definitely sci-fi.
Yeah.
I think that Pacific Rim.
But no, because Pacific Rim would be a series, and he said it's not part of a series.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's definitely not Atlantic Rim because there was more than one of those.
True, it's also a series.
I want to know if they're okay.
I think we need to get it down to I think we need to whittle down the time that we can really hone in on what. Because if it's 2000 to 20, it's still 20 years.
After looking it up, this is a superhero. You would consider this superhero, I guess. I personally wouldn't, but it is described as superheroes.
Okay, that makes me think like Jumper or what's that one with the kids that get the powers and they all die at the end?
Oh,
Michael B. Jordan's in it.
Yeah.
Can I look up the name of that movie?
Sure.
Or Push with Chris Evans.
I don't know that one.
No, he's got like he can telekinesis push shit. The girl can like
Don't think I've seen that. Chronicle
is great. Push also good. Recommend it. Funny story about Push. I stole it online off of LimeWire long time ago, and
just got the audio.
The version that I got was a guy that made his own movie in the movie theaters with his video camera.
Yeah.
So he was like zooming in on faces and shit, and I was like, "Damn it."
That's funny.
He had to put a spin on it.
Okay. So now we're going like some kind of super fighty.
I want to say it's like an elevated, like human type thing.
And then you said it's not part of a series, so Chronicle is not, Push is not, and what was the last one that you said? The first one that you said?
Jumper. Hayden Christensen, I think.
Hayden Christensen is very clearly the lead actor in Jumper, though.
Yeah, that's true. Chronicle is the only one that's like not really a main character. It's kind of following all three of those.
Yep. And then also, like, no, Push is definitely Chris Evans. Well,
it's an action movie for sure. How many? 11?
You're at 10.
It's like 2010s. Is in the 2010s.
Yeah. Is it between 2010 and 2019?
Yes.
Okay. Can I look up when Push and Jumper, or when Push and
Chronicle was 2012.
Yep. Chronicle was, yeah. Give me a date, Daddy.
2012.
Push is too early. Would not work. Chronicle is when? 2012. And what was the last one?
Jumper? Well, the Jumper doesn't fit the rest of it, but I'll take it.
Jumper's too early.
Okay, so now we have Chronicle.
That's really the only thing that would fit. You said yes, it's a superhero movie. The only other one that I could think of that would kind of fit that, but it has a second one would be Kick-Ass.
Yeah.
And there's definitely a main character.
And also, it wasn't Kick-Ass part of a comic series or something?
Yeah, but it's an adaptation. I don't know if Chronicle is an adaptation.
It's not.
Well, that throws that one right out the window then.
Do we want to ask...
I think we should whittle down what the adaptation is.
Okay, here's what I want to ask. I want to ask if there's an actor with like a household name, because I feel like everyone knows Michael B. Jordan.
I don't think that gets us anywhere.
Okay.
You can go ahead and burn it.
Is there a...
Before you do, though, think about what is in his skull.
What is in my skull?
Okay, but here's the thing.
Couldn't tell you.
Here's the thing. He picks topical things. Sinners. Michael B. Jordan is in both movies.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead.
Is it not topical? Okay, is one of the main characters or actresses in that, is it a regular household name?
Like an A-list star.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to just ask if Michael B. Jordan's in this fucking movie.
Oh, I don't think it's Chronicle.
I don't know.
Left.
I don't know if Chronicle is based on anything.
Do we get a clue here?
Hone in on it being an action movie.
Shut up. I don't really have anything. You guys you're either really close or you're really struggling right now. You got one thing in the bucket right now. I don't even know how I could help you. I think you just got to ask better questions.
I think we narrow this down like, okay, so we can either burn one by saying is Michael B. Jordan in it.
Well, okay. What would be considered an adaptation? Or what like Comic book, graphic novel, that's like one and the same. A book, he said no. I think maybe we ask if this is based on another piece of... Is it a remake, maybe? That would be based on another piece of media. And we're at how many questions?
You got 8 left.
This
Man, back to back for me will be so sweet.
It's not Fantastic Four. It's so clearly a comic book
Yeah.
and series and whole thing.
Mm-hmm. Also, Michael B. Jordan.
Also, Michael B. Jordan. I want to burn one to get that out of the way.
Just go ahead.
Is Michael B. Jordan in this movie?
He is not.
Oh, dude, I thought we fucking had it there.
Yeah, I was pissed.
Okay.
Off, you piece of shit.
7 left.
Is this based on 7?
Careful how you word this.
Yeah, I know.
Be very particular in the answer that you want to receive.
Okay, I'm gonna burn one. Okay.
Burn one.
Did you see this movie in theaters?
Yes.
Okay. So it's a lot later than we think. Then
6 left. I went to movies when I was young.
fuck you.
So we're clear. Like, I did go to movies. I didn't like grow up in some sort of lab like
Yeah,
I
you
was a child.
Yeah, a dumb person lab.
6 left.
Sorry, give me 1 second.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, what was the question and what was the answer if you saw it in theaters?
He said yes.
And you said yes. Okay. How old would he have been in? How old were you? This can't be one of our.
Yeah, you're good.
How old were you when you saw this movie?
Oh, well, that has to be one of the questions.
Okay.
That gives you the.
I thought I was going to sneak him into it.
Yeah, nice try.
I was going to sneak him into it. This doesn't count.
And that's also not a yes or no question.
Yeah, like I said,
Worth a shot, I guess.
snuck it in.
Worth a shot. Oh,
Okay, let's go down the list really fast.
it's eating him.
Sorry.
I see it. It's
I'm-
literally eating him from
Okay.
inside.
It was released between 2010 and 2019. Okay, it is live action. He would consider it sci-fi elements, and it is technically a superhero movie.
And it is an adaptation.
It's an adaptation, and it's not part of a franchise or a series. The main character would be a male.
If he had to choose a main
He
character.
had to choose a main character. It did not get nominated for anything major.
The lead actor is a well-known whatever.
What did he say about, is it based on a book, movie, or comic?
Here's your hint. I did not say that the lead character was an A-list actor.
Okay.
I said there was an A-list actor in the movie. There's your only hint for this round.
Okay.
I think we need to narrow it down further to the year, unfortunately.
I don't think it's going to help us.
2010 to 20, that's 9 years. And also, if it's the top end, then I know it's like the movies that he has seen semi-recently.
Okay. Do you want to go between 15 and 19?
Yes.
Was the movie released between 2015 and 2019?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Did we say?
So more than likely, he has seen it with me.
Okay.
It's an action movie.
The lead character is male. He did. What was the answer to? It's an adaptation. Definitely wasn't an adaptation from a book. So it sounds like it's something comic or something like that, right? Happens on Earth. 15 to 19 now. Do we want to go with?
I can't think of any.
There's a household name in it.
Like when I think of household name, I think of like Tom Cruise or like Brad Pitt.
Harrison Ford.
Where's the line drawn, I guess?
That's why I didn't like that question. Like, I don't know.
I can go back to chat and ask it for better questions next time.
I would consider it a main like main A-lister. I think you guys would too, but I think it's lower end.
Wait. Is it? I'm not asking you. Is it Assassin's Creed?
But the lead character would be
Michael Fassbender.
Michael Fassbender.
Damn. Fuck.
That's pretty obvious. That's the lead character. And when we ask like,
but also it's the other guy though.
Do we want to ask like?
I wonder if it's a video game.
Oh.
It's probably fucking Pixels or some shit.
I love Pixels.
Okay, 15 to 19.
Wasn't that one?
How many questions do we have left?
5.
Do we want to ask if it was a video game adaptation?
Is it a video game adaptation?
Like, are you asking what came first? Or if there was any?
That answers. I think actually, unless he's just dumb.
Yeah,
like, was it the first?
Yeah, there was a video game and then it was adapted to a movie.
This movie is based off of a video game.
No.
We're running out.
Okay, it sounds like there was a video game that came after it, though. Did we
have 4 left?
4 left.
What did we say about robots? Because isn't there a Transformers movie released in that time period?
Yeah.
And arguably household names. I mean, Sam Witwicky is a household. What's his face?
Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf is a household.
That was a lot earlier.
I know, but there was
Dark of the Moon was like 2012.
Yeah, but there was
And we're 15 and 19.
15 and 19. The Last Crusade or whatever the hell it's called.
That had Marky Mark in it.
Yeah.
Let's ask if there's robots.
Are there robots in this movie?
You guys are going to be so mad. I don't know how to answer this. I genuinely have no idea if...
Okay, if you don't know how to answer, you have to give us something.
Let me look it up. I'm just going to look it up.
How do you not know?
Yeah, no, I don't think that counts then. If you can't answer straight up...
What do you mean?
You got to give us something.
I would consider them robots. I would consider there robots in this. What? Give me your definition of robot.
No.
I don't. I would say yes then. I would say yes.
Robot-esque?
If I said that a Transformer was a robot, would you then consider that to be a robot?
Yes, I would. What? Yes, if you said a Transformer was a robot, I would say yes, that's a robot.
In relation to this movie, though, if my definition of a robot is a Decepticon or an Autobot, literally a bot.
Don't think it's a Transformer.
Yes, I would consider Transformers robots.
Okay.
Question.
But you don't know about this one.
I don't.
I don't understand how you don't know.
3 left. I'm sorry. I can look it up and give you the technical term if you'd like.
Yes.
Yeah, I want that.
What is deceptive?
Are they?
The worst part is it'll make
autonomous.
sense once we get there.
Wait, is it like a... Oh, no. I mean...
Okay, yes. It is a robot. Confirmed robot in the movie. There are robots in the movies.
I mean, but are you also like considering like the people, like the replicants robots in 2049?
I just looked up the definition and it said robot. Honestly, I wouldn't consider 2049.
What did you use as your thing by which you looked it up? Like, did you just like Google it?
Yep. Google.
2015 to 2019.
3 left.
I don't know what I'm trying to think what came out in that, like sci-fi wise.
I want to ask number 12.
I'm not looking anymore.
Spielberg, Nolan, or Tarantino?
But again, though, that comes step back to his interpretation.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Of which of those three I'd put it in?
I think we go rating.
Okay. Go for it. I wouldn't go. I don't think this is a rated R movie.
I don't think so either. I think it's PG-13.
But does that help us at all?
I don't know. Probably not. We need to figure out what the adaptation is.
Okay. Three left.
3 left.
Okay. Do we ask? Is this a comic book movie? Is there a comic book?
Be careful how you ask this question. Be careful.
You have too much fun with this.
That's awesome. It's so much fun.
So what do you mean how we ask it? Is it based on a comic book movie? Is that, are you saying to ask it like that, or?
Depends on what answer you want, but
I fucking hate this guy.
yes, that's how I would probably ask it.
Is this movie based on a comic book?
No.
Okay, so it's not a book. It's not a comic book. But you also considered graphic novels comic books.
Yes. So it's not a graphic novel or comic book.
It's not derived from a video game.
2 left.
But you said it wasn't derived from a video game?
Nope.
But it is an adaptation.
Yes.
It's got to be from another thing then, like another TV show or something.
Yeah.
I think.
Do we want to ask, was it adapted from another
piece of media?
Well, no, that's way too broad, because piece of media could be literally anything. Another movie? Another TV show? Or, no, because what it leaves us with is like, okay, there was probably a TV show, and then a movie popped up out of it.
About robots.
But there was robots.
It's live action.
And it's live action.
I'm sniffing another dub right now, boys.
15 to 19 with robots.
I don't know why I'm thinking, but I'm thinking exoskeletons. Because that would give us the answer that he got, or that he gave us. Like, he doesn't really know if it's considered a robot.
But he also didn't really know if it was superheroes, but then I guess they are.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that one.
Yeah, they're like superhero-esque figures. For some reason, I'm still thinking Transformers.
2 questions?
Why is it not Transformers?
Because he says there's no
2 left.
He would have said yes to robots if it was Transformers.
But you said yes to robots, yes?
Yes, there are robots.
But robots to us versus him.
He had to look it up, though.
I know, but they're sentient beings.
You're right. Yeah, but they're fucking robots.
I agree.
In disguise.
Bot,
robots in disguise.
Bot is in the name. I understand that. But look who we're dealing with.
I know. I don't think he's that dumb, though.
Okay. Can I look up and see if there was a Transformers movie released between 15 and...
There was.
Sure,
There
fine.
was.
Yeah.
There was.
There definitely was 2, but yeah.
Okay.
It's not Transformers. I'm telling you.
But it could be. It fits all the...
Shut up.
All the things.
Shut up. It sucks that we have to go off of memory, too. Oh, fuck it. He saw it in theater.
Yeah, okay. There's Transformers The Last Night, which is the one I was talking about.
And Age of Extinction.
And Bumblebee.
Oh. Those all have distinct characters.
Here's the thing, is that if we ask the next question, which is, did this come from a TV show? Because that is an adaptation.
It has to be a movie then. It's not a book. It's not a comic book.
I'm telling you it's a TV show.
It's not a video game.
We got a TV show first and a movie second.
Okay. Go ahead.
Was there a TV show and then they made a movie? Was this is you know what I'm asking?
Is this based on
based on a TV show?
Yes.
Okay.
One left.
See, I was worried about that.
Your guess is.
I was worried about that because I don't know any of those.
You have to guess.
No. But here's the thing.
Let's go.
Transformers TV show was a thing in the 90s. I mean, forever. There was Transformers forever ago.
Okay, what came out in 2015 to 2019 then?
Transformers Last Night and Bumblebee.
Just don't think it. You would have said yes to the Transformers robots thing straight up.
No, but again,
Go back through your questions.
I'm
See if it
telling
fits
you,
everything.
I'm telling you, he thought of them as being like sentient beings. He's like, because robots
Same-
are like,
okay.
Go back through your questions.
Marky Mark is the main character of that movie. Then, both of those that you said,
are we sure?
100%.
Because in Bumblebee, I would consider Bumblebee the lead character.
No, it's Haley Steinfeld's character,
I'm just saying.
Sam or something. Whatever.
I would consider Bumblebee to be the lead character. And then also in Transformers, Optimus is the lead character.
No, it's Sam. It's the human.
There's no Sam. It's Sam Witwicky isn't in the Last Night.
I know, but you were saying Transformers as a whole.
I'm just saying these
Mark,
two.
Mark Wahlberg is the main character
Okay.
in that one.
Looking at these two, Last Night and Bumblebee. Okay, we have released in
They're
2015.
not superheroes.
Kind of. They're fighting to save Earth,
You think they're more superheroes than they are robots?
but he answered yes to both of those questions. They're robots and they're superheroes. I'm telling you, I'm guessing Bumblebee. I'm telling you, Bumblebee.
I don't think that's right.
Okay, well then, what do you think it is, stud?
I don't know. Because I don't know.
I feel like I'm gonna say this, and
Go ahead.
it's not gonna be right.
Go ahead. It's fine. It's your loss.
No. Was the movie Bumblebee?
Jacob, you were correct. You should have went off of your feelings. This was not Bumblebee. It is not part of a series. So Transformers as a whole is a series.
Yeah, what are we saying?
What movie was it?
The movie was, and also I want to clarify before I said this. Okay, they themselves are not robots. I said there were robots in the movie, which there are when they combine together to make
Power Rangers. Son of a bitch.
the movie is Power Rangers.
There was multiple Power Rangers movies.
In 20
And not that connect. This was a standalone, supposed to start its own actual movie. They do not connect to any of the old ones.
technicality.
In what way? What did I answer that was wrong? It's not part of a franchise. It's a standalone thing. It's Saban's Power Rangers. It was supposed to start its own franchise, but it didn't work.
I mean, there are.
It's an adaptation for sure. But
I disagree with that answer because there are a lot of Power Rangers movies.
All right.
Right, but this is different.
All
This
right.
was like an actual, like all of those are TV movies.
Okay. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Be sure to check us out on all the socials. Give us a like, comment, subscribe. We are still trying to get to 50 followers, subscribers on YouTube.
Yes, please. So we're at 33 right now.
We're getting up there. All the links are down below, and also check out the article I just dropped here about 2 hours ago.
That's tripletakepodcast.com.
IP, we want to see. It rhymes. Sorry about that. Anyway, see you guys later.
I want to see you pee. Bye.